from May 8th to May 12th.
Just for Mom.
Everything in stock is on sale just for Mom. KeenJewelersJackson.com.
Vintage doesn't always mean long-lasting. As your home systems age, your repair costs, utility bills, and breakdowns rise. During Hiller's Vintage Showdown, we're giving away a free new system to the owner of the oldest HVAC unit. Submit a picture of your old equipment online to see if you qualify as the winner. Everybody wins with trade-in credits plus 0% financing for up to 48 months with approved credit on select new HVAC systems. Enter to win now at happyhiller.com.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
My name's Tommy Bland, and I just received the BioT hormone replacement therapy. For BioT, I was just not hitting on all cylinders. I didn't feel like myself. I was constantly fatigued, brain fog, lack of energy, searching for something natural, something that I could use to help benefit my body and help maybe take me back to where I once was. And while I was waiting in the waiting room, I saw a pop-up advertisement there, and I started reading over all the symptoms. And I went down the list. They all pertain to me. My experience with Ms. Kim Nichols, my case manager for BioT, was great. She was very informative, put me at ease, went through everything step by step, knew exactly what to expect and what the outcome was going to be in the end. After BioT, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I can get off work, go home, catch my second wind, and I'm off to the races again. It doesn't matter if I'm working, selling cars, or if I'm on the boat fishing a tournament, I'm back to my old self again.
Give us a call at 731-318-5827 or visit our website at advancedrehabjackson.com for more.
Pansies, poppies, and daffodils aren't the only spring things popping up all over West Tennessee. Beautiful deals on new 2023 Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs are blooming right now at Gene Langley Ford in Humboldt. Hi, this is Sarah Beth Langley. Come by our lot at 3500 Easton Drive in Humboldt or visit us online at GeneLangleyFord.com. You'll see our personalized service, guaranteed financing, and lifetime powertrain warranty make buying your new Ford a bright and sunny experience. Or customize your new Ford car, truck, or SUV and apply for financing online at GeneLangleyFord.com, and when it arrives, we'll deliver it right to your driveway. In the market for a pre-owned vehicle, we have a huge selection on all makes and models updated daily at GeneLangleyFord.com. And as everyone knows, if you ever have any service needs, our service department is known area-wide as the best in the business. Regardless of your make or model, we'll get you back on the road in no time. Whether it's a new Ford, a used vehicle, or service, you really should try Gene Langley Ford before you buy. The dealership service bill.
See dealer for warranty details.
News Talk 96.5 FM weather, presented by Dustin Ring. Dustin buys houses fast for cash. Call Dustin today, 731-200-1362. Monday brings mostly sunny skies and a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Highs in the upper 80s. Partly cloudy overnight with a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Lows in the upper 60s. Dustin buys houses fast for cash. DustinBuys.com. For weather 24/7. Visit newstalk965.com.
News Talk West Tennessee includes newstalk965.com and News Talk 96.5 FM, covering local news, sports, and weather on an extensive network of platforms, including radio, social media streaming, digital TV, live stream, podcasts, all on your devices. Our local and live weekday lineup includes Daybreak with Greg Wood and G-Unit, Walker Talks with Chuck Walker and Julie Holt, The Dan Reeves Show with Gina Langley and Larry Newman, Dave Ramsey, Jackson-Madison County Schools Game of the Week, UT Vols Sports, and the Memphis Grizzlies. Local, live, News Talk West Tennessee and newstalk965.com. Hear it first on News Talk 96.5 FM. We might be talking about you. Get all the latest news, talk, weather, and sports. NewsTalkWTN.com and 96.5 FM.
He's a showboat. He's a grandstander. You know that. I know that. Sold his company for a tremendous amount of money. And he went out and bought a big yacht. And he had a very interesting life.
Live from Jackson in the heart of West Tennessee, this is the Dan Reeves Show.
He is a sick puppy.
We'll do it live. Do it live. I can. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
business, I wouldn't be in it if it wasn't.
Good Monday afternoon. Lord have mercy, it's Monday again. Here we go. All over again, Larry.
All over again.
All over. See how bad we'd screw this week. We did great last week, I thought.
Screwing it up?
Screwing it up, yes. Yeah, there's a lot happening today, too, to fill you in with the details. Jackson-Madison County schools have got a lot going on, including a elementary basketball championship game. And tonight we're going to be at the Sportsplex tomorrow for the middle school baseball championship game.
Here we are.
Yeah, we're going to be out at Sportsplex from 3 till 6 with this program live. And then we go right into the play-by-play, Larry. Woo. Tell you, it's a busy time. Yeah, they say that's a good thing. But I'd like to argue with them over there. Oh, by the way, we got a new toy coming in. It's when the phone rings, it will light up the entire room. In fact, they'll be able to see it from AutoZone, like in the middle of the day. Yeah, tell you, as soon as well, now we'll have to revisit that. We may have to postpone it because we just had to fix the air conditioner. So we'll have to check the budget or see if they have some easy term credit on that thing. But yeah, it'll light this room up. Again, expect to get some calls from AutoZone. Probably with American Freight. And I would imagine Charlie Childers of Tennessee Highway Patrol stopping to see what's going on. I mean, I could be wrong about all that. There's a lot to get you caught up with, and it's only Monday. Wait till Wednesday gets here. We'll be talking all day long trying to get people caught up. CNN should be ashamed of themselves. We're going to get into that. That's what's being heard. They're being called sellouts. Well, CNN's late to the party then because everybody else is sold out. We'll check the Dow and the NASDAQ. We'll see where that's at. They're about to close. Open this morning at 12,284. Do you have any Bitcoin?
No.
Do you know anybody that does?
I've got a little bit of coin, but
no, a Bitcoin.
No, I don't. I'm not into all that.
In all what?
All those Bitcoin and all that.
Okay.
Nada.
Pardon? I'm sure that was brilliant in some other language. What you say?
It was another language.
Okay. Between the lines, we'll try to keep it between the lines. My name's Dan Reeves, along with Larry Newman. Hello, Newman.
Hello, Reeves.
Good to see you, big guy.
Good to see you.
We got those Melissa, the panels, the soundproof panels. When are they supposed to be here? We'll have to check on that too. Pardon? Did you hear? Friday. Sounds hollow in here, doesn't it?
Sounds good.
Well, you wouldn't notice. With your head, everything's going to sound hollow.
There's an echo in my head.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a normal day. And Chesley King is in the house. Hey, Chesley, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Doing great.
Good to
She's
be back.
The newest member of our team.
Yes, she is.
Chesley King is in the house. Royalty.
Yeah.
I passed the test. I made it.
That's that fan. That's what it is.
We have to pass every week.
That's what. Hey, Joel, will you knock it off over there?
I was seeing what was going on down here.
Yeah, you got to get right up on that bike.
That's what I was trying to do, and I can't. Now I can.
The little engine that could.
Yeah.
Joel Jackson, we'll talk with him. It's coming up. The Bemis story will be told, Bemis days, but we're going to get to that here in just a moment. Right now, let's get with Larry Newman and get a look at an update on the weather. We had it was a rain shower that came through. A lot of good that did. It made it worse.
Well,
rather, I'll get right to you. I'll throw it to you. So relax. Weather presented by Dustin King.
Dustin King's my husband.
Does he do the weather? Dustin Ring. Dustin buys houses fast for cash. DustinBuys.com not only houses, But land and trailers, Dustin buys fast for cash. DustinBuys.com. DustinBuys.com. He's letting know, but Larry, it's hot outside.
Yes, it is.
Maybe you really should stay. 87, I'm showing here in Midtown. It feels like it's 98 degrees. That's after yesterday when it was steaming outside yesterday, Larry.
Yes, it was. 87, it feels like 93. Currently in Jackson, Tennessee.
Showing 98 in Midtown. Not to argue, but out north, we get a lot of concrete here. I think that's pushes the temperature along.
Partly cloudy tonight. The low 67, a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening. Southeast winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming south after midnight. Chance of rain 40%, which means that 40% of our area, it'll get some rain.
That's not what it means at all, but whatever. What you were going to say is that means for 40% of our area, there's a 100% chance of rain. And it's
40% chance of rain.
Yeah, Larry.
I know.
There's a 40% chance of rain. Let's leave it right there. Shouldn't joke when you're doing the weather. People believe you.
People don't believe me.
Well, that's true. That's true. You've blown that right out of the water. I think the ship has sailed. As captain of the ship, I don't expect you to go down with the ship, but you could at least get wet. Never mind. You'll have to figure that out. All right. Thank you, Larry.
I wasn't through.
Yeah, you are.
Am I gonna have to sit between y'all today?
No. You don't want to do that. I promise you. I tell you this. I'm afraid this is just a little taste of what's to come this year. Have you looked at the Farmer's Almanac?
No.
Figures.
Have you?
Yes. This man's longest read would fit into a fortune cookie. I'm telling you.
It was a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
Both sides.
That's what she said. Now, there is a severe storm risk. It's marginal. And with the humidity so high, these thunderstorms can pop up at any time. And they're not going to call ahead and say, hey, guys, we're on the way. So you need to keep your head on a swivel, essentially. Because most of the rain right now, Larry, there's a thunderstorm just to the north of Dyersburg, right around Union City. And most of the rain right now has moved across the Tennessee River. Although there is some rain in Madison County and southeast Madison County, there's a pop-up shower there. It must have been what moved. What time did the rain come through here?
About 2:48 or so, 2:50.
Okay. All right. So that's that bad boy, I guess. But yes. All right. So if you're in southwest Madison County, it's not much to it, just enough to make, I guess, the weather gods mad, because after that rain moved through here, I mean, somebody turned up the steam, didn't they? Mm-hmm. And our air conditioner went out yesterday. Got a call from the Jackson Fire Department. I guess somebody over at the nail salon on Mother's Day, somebody called the Jackson Fire Department. I was at Mom's all day, and I got a call. You never want to get a call from the Jackson Fire Department. And they left a message saying that the central unit was, they had to come out here and I guess they sprayed it. And then turned the power off to it. But they thought it was a coolant leak. They were just being safe. So,
right.
Tip of the cap to the Jackson Fire Department for doing that.
Thank you, guys.
It's awfully nice. They won't send a bill for that, will they? That's covered with taxes, I think.
They'll send it to Melissa.
Yeah, but she works here, so she's not going to pay it personally.
She might.
No, I can go ahead and tell you she's not. But, and she just said,
I'll second that.
What she said was, you need to see her. I think you've triggered another random drug screen.
I'll pass it.
Pardon?
I'll pass it.
Yeah, I know that's a problem. This is show business. You got to mix in a couple of failed ones. You want to stay in this business. And the Bemis story, we'll find out next with Joel Jackson. And Joel, man, I miss Dick Fisher. And he would come in every year and talk about the Bemis story. And it's Bemis Days, right?
Right,
Bemis. It's coming up when?
This Saturday, the 20th.
Saturday the 20th.
Yeah.
And going to have what? Hay rides? Going to have a band or what?
Well, we don't have a hay ride. If we had any kind of ride, it would be a cotton ride. In fact, at one time, I considered taking a cotton wagon and making a ride out of it. But we have, it's a full day of just reunion, eating, and relaxing.
Just having fun.
Yeah, just have fun, yeah.
Yes. Joel Jackson is here. He's going to tell us about Bemis. It's officially called Bemis Days, right? Or did I change the name of it?
Yeah, Bemis Heritage Day.
Bemis Heritage Day, for crying out loud. And we'll talk.
And we always just shorten it when we talk among ourselves, Bemis Day.
That's it.
But officially, it's Heritage is what we're celebrating.
And when we return, we'll give you the lowdown and what you can expect this weekend. Bemis Heritage Days. They're going to have it in Bemis this year, right?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, man, I really, the Fisher family, geez, I don't know. There was a lot of them.
Oh, yeah, 13.
13.
Yeah.
And John, do you know John?
Yeah.
Is with Fisher Construction Company. Ricky, who lives in Nashville, he's got about 15 kids. Jeez. And I guess Sally's up in the Washington, D.C. area, I think.
Don't know. Yeah.
It's Dick's children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Joel Jackson is in the house, and ain't no doubt. We'll talk about Bemis Days coming up this weekend. When we return, it's 87 degrees. It feels like it's 98 degrees. It's 3:25. It's Ryan Clark past the hour. Oh, by the way, the new NFL schedule is out for the fall of 2023 with the NFL. Who has the toughest schedule? We'll let you know. We return it also. We'll run down all that's happening at the Jackson Maniscalco schools. It's a lot happening this week in Jackson Madison County School athletics. We'll fill you in with those details next.
The Southside Hawks play here. 96.5 FM, News Talk West Tennessee. NewsTalkWTN.com.
We found Jackson's perfect lunch spot, Bourbon and Barley's. You can enjoy a delicious sit-down lunch at drive-through prices. Bourbon and Barley's lunch menu is available weekdays 11 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m. Have a late lunch or an early dinner at lunch prices. Bourbon and Barley's amazing lunch menu options include delicious crab and lobster bruschetta, Cobb salads, one-topping pizzas, and their featured slider of the day. All for just $10. Across the street from Starbucks, Bourbon and Barley's, where Jackson loves to lunch.
Looking to add a little spice to your love life?
Nothing adds spice like gunpowder.
Jackson's only indoor shooting range, date night at the range. Here's what you lovebirds get: a shooting lane for two targets, 100 rounds of ammo, eye and ear protection, and a $30 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse. All for just $99.99.
Now that's firepower.
Perfect for a gift card from the range. The Range, 2310 North Highland Avenue in Jackson.
Go to therange.com.
My name is Steven and I'm 41 years old. I started having problems with my weight, my focus, my energy all around. I spent thousands of dollars a year on supplements trying to get my weight down, and it never worked.
Are these problems affecting your work, your relationships, and quality of life? You'll be happy to know there's an exciting...
Hey everybody, this is Trent Lewis with Dean Langley Ford. Today, I'm going to talk about the 23 Bronco Sport Badland. The heart of this beast is a 2.0 EcoBoost, producing 250 horsepower and 277 foot-pounds of torque. And it does power a 4x4 system, which means you can get over any terrain possible. To go over any obstacle you have a 17-inch gray aluminum wheel wrapped in a all-terrain Pirelli tire. Now to the back, you're looking at 65 cubic feet of space, which means you can fit 3 golden retrievers back here, groceries, or even if you're a college student moving boxes. But no matter what, you can celebrate by opening a bottle. Now moving on to the interior, you have an ebony roast with heated front seats. You do have a 8-inch display backed with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now one of my favorite parts is the GOAT modes. So as I was talking about earlier, you have 7 different drive modes. The GOAT modes is what gets you to that different terrain. So if you guys liked anything I spoke about, the horsepower, cargo space, or even the interior, come see me today at Gene Langley Ford. Again, Chandler Lewis.
Every pest control company has access to the same products. The southeastern difference is the way we go to market. We don't believe that you should have to take out a bank loan to protect your home. You have more value to us as a lifelong customer, not as a one-and-done sale from a slick salesman. We can still be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Termite and pest control, fungus and moisture barriers, attic installation, or just about anything else. Our services are guaranteed. 731-660-1052.
Hey everybody, this is Chandler Lewis with Gene Langley Ford. Today I'm going to talk about the 23 Bronco Sport Badland. The heart of this beast is a 2.0 EcoBoost, producing 250 horsepower and 277 foot-pounds of torque. And it does power a 4x4 system, which means you can get over any terrain possible. To go over any obstacle you have a 17-inch gray aluminum wheel wrapped in a all-terrain.
From the Gene Langley Ford Studio in Jackson, Tennessee. The Dan Reeves Show here on News Talk 96.5 FM. It is great to be with you. Gene Langley Ford is the dealership is at 3500 Eastern Drive in Humboldt. Now straddling Eastern Drive, one side of the street is the new car division, the other side the pre-owned division of Gene Langley Ford. Shop online 24/7 at GeneLangleyFord.com, and now they're offering complimentary concierge service in their service department. Meaning, now you got to pay for the service, but they can pick up your vehicle, take it in. Maybe it's an oil change, and they'll deliver it right back to you, your home or your office. They don't charge you for that. Within a 15-mile radius of Gene Langley Ford in Humboldt. GeneLangleyFord.com, Gene Langley Ford. You may join us. Let's open these phone lines up. Presented by CWA Developments. They specialize in residential and commercial restoration and renovation. 80 years of experience. Jackson people just doing it better. Locally owned and operated. CWA Development. The phone number to get in here with us is 731-265-6496. 731-265-6496 to join us on the program. Let's get some phone calls, and then let's talk with Joel Jackson about Bemis Heritage Day coming up this weekend. Joel is in the house, and he brought pizza, Marco's Pizza.
It's great.
No.
What?
That's great.
Yeah, it is great. It's terrific, isn't it? All right, phone lines, and you're up first in this segment. It's me at the phones. You're on the air with us. Go.
Well, hey, Dan, I've got some awesome news. Came in the mail today.
Publishers Clearinghouse. It doesn't mean that you've won, but who's doing that now? That Ed McMahon is in a pine box, isn't he? Yeah. He died. What is it, Josh?
Well, my daughter had written a letter to President Joe Biden at the White House, and they responded today.
Are you saying?
Yeah.
She was arrested?
No, no. She wrote a cute little paragraph to the president. She said, "I hope that all the poor people and all the homeless can get their houses for a few days, and poor people can eat their food fairly." Something like that. I can't. It was cute how she wrote it in pen.
And Joe Biden wrote her back?
Well, I haven't been able to open it. I assume it was the White House press secretary.
You are
they
fake
spelled
news.
her last name wrong. Everyone spells our last name wrongly.
Well, it's I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. But did he spell?
Well, it's just, man. I'm excited to open it. I can't legally open her mail. So.
How old is she?
9. Abigail.
I think
9
you're well within your rights. So when you say Larry,
steam it open and then you can close it. She'll never know.
That's what we do. Because we get
it's funny, almost.
Did so you got your daughter, 9-year-old daughter, got a return letter from Let's Go Brandon. She didn't say
He's
this.
running like a fine-tuned machine.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, future leaders of the world, man. Tell you what.
Well, will you open it up and call us back and let us know, or get her to open it? Josh, that's great, man. Good to hear from you. Thank you, Josh. That often you get a letter from the president. I mean, have you ever got one, Larry?
No. I've never written the president, so. But I am now.
Joel Jackson is here. Joel is with the Bemis Historic Society. Hey, Joel, it's great to have you here, man.
It's good to be here.
So, okay, who's invited to this is Saturday, this coming Saturday, and it's going to be held, I guess the central point is the Bemis Mill, the Village Museum.
Museum.
Right? And that is, the address for that is, do you know that, the address?
2 North Missouri Street.
2 North. You
don't have to know the address. You just get close and look for the pink building.
It's not New York City. You're right about that. But it's, I mean, just everything. I type in GPS.
Oh.
Do you do that, Cecily?
I do, because I have a horrible sense of direction.
Yeah. And, but Larry still has a Rand McNally.
That's good.
Yeah. He's the only one. Yeah, Joel, could you kill that? Would you? Not that I don't.
I killed it. It was our barbecue man calling.
So what all's going to be happening, I guess, Saturday?
Well, that's one thing we're having. While we're on the subject, Galen Cooper has been barbecuing for about 15 years for us, and he cooks the barbecue, and we have a barbecue plate. And they have inflated to $10. We started out, they were $6 years ago, but now they're $10. That includes the drink and everything. And we have tables under we call it the big top. And everybody sits around and talks and reminisces and eat barbecue.
Well, I think that's something that's missing in today's modern world. It's just fellowship, hanging out, being social,
Yeah, hanging out.
Just hanging out. Bemis Historical Society. Now, Bemis was a manufactured town, right? When Bemis Mill came in, cotton gin, they kind of built the town around the cotton gin. Is that right?
Well, they built it around the mill itself. The cotton gin was a byproduct.
Okay,
the mill was a 4-story, 1,000-foot-long building.
Yeah, okay, what's a cotton gin?
Gin's where they take the cotton from the field and make it into, take the seed out. That's all they do at a gin.
So we go to the gin, then over to Bemis Mill.
Which was 50 feet away.
Okay. Well, they set it up nice, didn't they?
Yeah. And when you're in charge, you can do what you want to.
You know, it's, that's right, Larry.
It's kind of what I do, what I want to around here.
There you go.
Because I'm in charge.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Joel already's figured out that that'd be a really bad idea. Now, so do you know at the height of Bemis Mill, how many employees they had out there?
1,400.
And I assume the pay was pretty decent.
It was no, it wasn't real decent. It was acceptable. It was slightly above the minimum wage, but they also had a lot of extras, fringe benefits. If you were lucky enough to get a house, you got your house at half price.
Okay.
Your rent was basically half of what it was in Jackson.
Sorry.
But
if you work, those houses.
But everybody couldn't get a house because there wasn't enough houses.
Okay, so that was a big draw.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. So the houses around Bemis Mill, were they only available for employees?
Oh yeah.
So the mill owned all those houses.
They built them. They owned the town. Years ago, like in the mid-20s, there was this woman, and she was coming into Bemis selling things out of her garden, and the city got on to her for doing it. And she said, I'll talk to Mr. Young, who run Bemis, and he says, this is private property. We don't want the mayor of Jackson coming over here if he's going to mess with us like that.
Well.
So it was private.
And they let him know quick. Who's in charge. It's good to be in charge.
Yeah, it's good to be in charge.
Yes, it is.
We keep coming back around to who's in charge.
Yeah, except at the end of the month, and you don't want to be.
And if I remember correctly, a lot of those houses in Bemis
Chaz, we get right on there. You can move the mic around. We got to stay right up on that bad boy.
And if I remember correctly, a lot of the houses in Bemis were almost like a duplex. Correct? Was that for families to share?
About half of them were duplexes.
And was that for families to share?
No, not necessarily.
For two families?
Just two different odd families could live in what it was. I lived in one time, or 2 times, and we had 2 rooms in a duplex. That's all we had, a 2-room house.
Right.
The kitchen was a combo room, and the bedroom was a living room bedroom.
So Bemis was, back in those days, did Bemis fancy itself as a standalone town?
Yes.
Completely independent?
It never was incorporated, but it...
Until Jackson incorporated it, right?
Until Jackson,
yeah.
And it took 1.5 years after they started the battle before the federal judge ruled on it. And they had to change the state law in order for Bemis to even be taken in, because it was so close to Jackson. The state law said if you're within like 5 miles of a town, you can't incorporate.
Well,
and so they forced Bemis to be took into Jackson.
Okay, I did not know that. What year was that?
I've got it here in my book. Go ahead and take a break while I look that up.
Did you write that book, Joel?
I did, yeah.
What? And the name of the book is?
Bemis Tidbits.
Bemis Tidbits. Awesome. Was there like K through 12 school like out at Bemis?
Bemis preceded K. There was no K back in the when Bemis was.
Oh, that's yeah. You know,
Bemis never did have a kindergarten except that their church, Methodist Church, had a kindergarten, and but it was just 1 through 12.
Well, because there was kindergarten when I started.
Oh yeah,
but you know how people
but
are.
You're just a latecomer.
I'm a young.
Best 3 years of your life, wasn't it?
Yeah, spending one day with you.
Yeah.
But Joel, like a lot of people, since kindergarten was in place when I started, I thought it had been there since the Homo sapiens started walking the earth. Didn't you, Larry?
No, I knew better than that.
Well,
This man's full of personality, and that's why he's on the radio.
I agree with you, Dan. I didn't know that there was a time where Kay did not exist.
No, I said yes. So, but then you crack pipe and smoke it, Larry. Okay. You got.
I've got the answer.
All right.
12/29/77.
77. I did not realize. 1977 or 1877?
12/29. No, it was 19.
1970.
That's back in the last century, though.
Joel, I did not know that. I thought that Bemis was swallowed up by Jackson long, long ago.
Yeah, I thought you would say in the 20s or 30s.
No. They started in September a year before, and it took them a year and 3 months to take it in because everybody fought it. But Bemis Company was all for it because it's getting rid of all the streets and upkeep.
I see.
But the utility part of Jackson wanted it for the income from the utilities. But now, if you go over, you'll see that the utilities are costing. They're putting in new gas lines and so forth.
Well, I wonder if has Jackson ever tried to give Bemis back?
Well, Jackson has Bemis. Has Bemis ever tried to get Jackson?
No, it's because Larry and I things got so bad. Last week we called England to see, will you take us back?
Yeah, would you?
And they wouldn't answer.
No.
So,
well, they got a new king.
They've got caller ID.
That new king is smarter.
That's you'd think that's it. I don't want to be overly critical, but I don't think they have family listening, and they are royalty, allegedly. But you'd think they'd be better looking than they are to be royalty. Wouldn't you?
I don't think they're connected.
Jess, did you have a question?
I was just going to bounce off your book here. Where can people pick up a copy?
In fine bookstores everywhere.
I'll tell you.
Bemis Tidbits.
You have to come to Bemis Day, and I have 4 copies left.
When did you write the book or release it?
I'll have to look at that.
Do we need another break so you can look that up?
Joel Jackson is here, by the way. Joel is do you have a position with
2009.
2009.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a chairman
of Bemis Historical Society.
Yeah.
Bemis is an interesting story. I got to tell you,
it's a unique village, we call it.
Yeah, and just around the corner from the museum, that was downtown Bemis, I assume, at one time.
Yeah. We call it kind of like the used to on TV. It's beautiful downtown Bemis.
Beautiful downtown Bemis, Tennessee. Joel Jackson is here, and Bemis Mill Village Museum that's also when you guys really got this cranked up. Dick Fisher.
He was the force.
Mr. Bemis.
Yeah, well, he was the contractor. That helped a whole lot. Yeah, he knew his business. We spent $550,000 renewing that building. And Dick got probably a third of it donated.
Well, he was a good man. He played a major part in my life. He was his son Ricky and John. I all grew up together.
Yeah.
And I miss him terribly.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, and boy, he was a heck of an athlete too.
Oh yeah. He was the champ in Southside.
I mean, the Fishers,
they all played. They all played. They had a basketball goal. I lived about 500 feet from the Fishers at one point, and their daddy, because all the boys played basketball, he put a professional goal in. The posts were off outside. You could run under it and do a layup and not worry about the post.
Which that was unusual.
Oh, yeah. But he did that for his boys.
And Dick went on to play basketball at the University of Tennessee.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And, of course, his son, John, was a 4-year starter in football at the University of Tennessee. Yeah, great family. Wonderful family.
Kenny played football.
Ken did?
Uh-huh.
At Tennessee?
I think he was on the team. He didn't play a lot, but he helped them practice.
Not many people make it that far, do
That's
they?
right. He got a scholarship anyway.
Yeah. So, okay, tell us about this Saturday. What time does it start and all that good stuff?
Well, if you want to get there in time to work, you show up at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
But
all right, we won't be there.
So 10:30.
But the actual programming, you might say, starts at 10.
Okay. And all right. So in the scheduled programming,
we have 11 o'clock. Then we have the food starts.
Oh,
and
we'll be
that lasts for like an hour and a half to get everybody through. And then we have
and that's barbecue.
Oh yeah, barbecue plate.
Oh yeah.
And we have Coach Tommy Dean at 1 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to do a Remembering Bemis Sports. He played for the Bemis baseball team.
What was the Bemis nickname for the high school?
The Bemis Cats.
Bemis Cats?
Yeah. I've got a sign out front now, about a 10-foot or 12-foot long sign says, "Welcome home, Bemis Cats."
The Bemis Cats. Larry's got 2 cats. He lives in Bemis.
Yeah, different kind of cat.
So inside the building, are you going to have tables set up for people to sit down with their plate, or is it in the lawn?
That's what we started. 8 o'clock, we set the tables up, put the chairs out, and the tents comes in at like 3 o'clock on Friday. They bring it and have it ready, so when we get there early, it'll be ready.
Okay, and that's this Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yep. It's all centers around the Bemis Auditorium / Bemis Mill Village Museum.
Yeah, the museum itself was a theater originally, so it's a big building.
A great-looking building, but once the Fisher construction got finished, I think
got a roof on it made out of tile, and
what?
And
I see.
Heavy tile.
It looks great.
I figured it up one time. How many thousands of pounds? It's like 400,000 pounds on that roof.
That's a great look to it. It's almost Mediterranean.
Makes it look good. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Well, so the Bemis Story, and this is a publication that I have here. Does this come out on a regular basis here? Or?
Yeah, about every 3 months. This is Kathy put this together, Kathy Williams, and this is some pictures done by drone. A friend of ours has a drone, and he took pictures from the sky.
You're gonna have that's great looking.
Bill Holloman
Bill did that.
Yeah.
That fire truck with that huge American flag.
Yeah.
You gonna have that back again this year?
I think she's got it lined up. Kathy's in charge of the fire truck.
That's one of these ladder trucks with the Jackson Fire Department and a huge American flag. It makes a great look there.
Yeah, it does.
Yep. And so it's this Saturday, and you said the food is served at 11.
Yeah.
And these events go on until what time?
Well, when Tommy's through, we'll be through. Tommy, he might go 30. He said he didn't know. He's a teacher, and he knows how to talk. So
Coach Tommy D.
Yeah. But he starts at 1, and he might be through at 2.
Well, that sounds good. Joel, I appreciate you coming in and talking about this. And, man, I tell you, we miss Dick Fisher terribly, don't we? Did you go to school? Did you grow up with him?
He was an old man. He was a year older than me.
He was an old guy.
1 year.
Do you know Curtis? That was really good friends with Dick Fisher. Curtis, what's his last name? Curtis. Yeah, if you knew him, Curtis would. Is all you need.
I didn't know it.
I saw him just the other day.
Yeah.
I went in Red Bones to throw back I think a White Russian and a tuna sandwich, and saw Curtis sitting in there.
Yeah.
He was belly up to the bar.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the last time I saw him. He was in the same position.
Maybe he stays.
He's got a lot of personality. And Curtis and Dick Fisher were great friends.
Yeah.
Great friends. I bet you would know Curtis.
Yeah, probably would.
George, you come back anytime, Joel. It is such a pleasure to meet you. And the name of your book, again, you'll have these on sale Saturday.
Well, I have 3 left.
How much for a copy of that?
$15.
What about autograph?
It has 124 stories in it. That's the reason I call them tidbits. They're short.
Yeah.
Short stories. If you're reading it to go to bed, you won't stop in the middle of a story because it'll be just a minute later you'll be at the end of it.
Well, that's good to know.
There's 3 stories on that page.
Bemis Tidbits.
Yeah.
Joel Jackson. Did you work at the mill?
No, my daddy did 40 years.
And when did it close?
91.
So it was Full Tilt Boogie. Did it employ quite a few?
Bemis sold the mill in 1980 to a guy from Pakistan, and he bled it dry.
Yeah.
It took him 11 years to kill it.
I tell you. Well, at Jones, I worked at Jones Manufacturing for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's
similar.
Yeah, they kept there were people working there that had, when Bemis Mill had closed, they went over to Jones Manufacturing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And they kept, there was no air conditioning in the plant, and they kept a system that a mist, it would keep mist in the air to keep it humid, so I guess the cotton would stick together a little bit better.
Had to, yeah.
Yeah, it was warm in there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
They had what they called humidifiers in the mill, and they automatically sensed it, and then you look up and see water spraying.
Over at Bemis Mill. So
yeah, I went in. I've seen it done. Yeah.
Well, Joel, again, thanks for being here. Bemis is in the spotlight Saturday.
And if you don't know anything about Bemis, it'd be a good day to visit, because we can tell you all about it in just a few minutes.
And Joel, it's an interesting story. I tell you that, the way that the town that manufactured essentially Bemis Mills built the town around the mill.
Yeah, right in this downtown. Usually you build a factory outside of town, but they built it in the middle.
Right in the middle, yes. And did it dominate Jackson for a while, or was
it was you might say the number one employee factory around town? Yeah,
for all Madison County.
Well, it started in 1900.
Yeah,
it started production in June of 01. So back then, factories were not that plentiful.
Well, did the population of Bemis rival Jackson back in the early days?
No, it never did. 4,000 was tops for Bemis. That's when all the kids were living at home.
Right.
Now they're all 70 years old.
Some of them still living at home in the basement.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joel. Great to see you. And that's an event worthy of your time and attention Saturday. Bemis Historical Society. Thank you again, Joel. We'll be right back. You stay right there. It's 87 degrees. It's 3:57. It's Monday. It's May the 15th.
All right.
The JCM Cougars play here. 96.5 FM, News Talk West Tennessee, newstalkwtn.com.
My name's Tommy Bland, and I just received the BioT hormone replacement therapy. For BioT, I was just not hitting on all cylinders. I didn't feel like myself. I was constantly fatigued, brain fog, lack of energy, searching for something natural, something that I could use to help benefit my body and help maybe take me back to where I once was. And while I was waiting in the waiting room, I saw a pop-up advertisement there, and I started reading over all the symptoms, and I went down the list. They all pertain to me. My experience with Miss Kim Nichols, my case manager for BioT, was great. She was very informative, put me at ease, went through everything step by step, knew exactly what to expect and what the outcome was going to be in the end. After BioT, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I can get off work, go home, catch my second wind, and I'm off to the races again. It doesn't matter if I'm working, selling cars, or if I'm on the boat fishing a tournament, I'm back to my old self again.
Give us a call at 731-318-5827 or visit our website at advancedrehabjackson.com for more.
Hey y'all, this is Mary at Mulligan's. Come see us soon before the new wears off. Hard to believe, but we're coming upon an anniversary in our locally family-owned business at Union University Drive. We still have our daily lunch specials, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., which will remind you of Grandma's cooking, or try our Irish dishes, fish and chips, Reuben's and shepherd's pie, or everyone's favorite, the Mully Burger. And how about brunch on Saturdays and Sundays? Yep, every weekend, serving Jackson for over 25 years. See you soon at Mulligan's.
Wake up with Wood. Daybreak with Greg Wood. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on 96.5 FM and newstalkwtn.com.
.359 to stand by for news. Then right back with you, hour number 2. We're going to break it down country style. A lot happening in Jackson this week. A lot happening with Jackson Manasquite School System. A lot happening with athletics, middle school, and such with the Jackson Manasquite School System. We'll be out and about tomorrow. The middle school baseball championship game. Stay and stand by for news.
This is WBFG 96.5 FM. Parker's Crossroads, Jackson.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Jason Walker. Major step into Sunshine State. Governor Ron DeSantis signing a...
Hey everybody, this is Chandler Lewis with Dean Langley Ford. Today I'm going to talk about the 23 Bronco Sport Badland. The heart of this beast is a 2.0 EcoBoost, producing 250 horsepower and 277 foot-pounds of torque. And it does power a 4x4 system, which means you can get over any terrain possible. To go over any obstacle you have a 17-inch gray aluminum wheel wrapped in a all-terrain Pirelli tire. Now to the back, you're looking at 65 cubic feet of space, which means you can fit 3 golden retrievers back here, groceries, or even if you're confident moving boxes. But no matter what, you can celebrate by opening a bottle. Now moving on to the interior, you have an ebony roast with heated front seats. You do have a 8-inch display backed with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now one of my favorite parts is the GOAT modes. So as I was talking about earlier, you have 7 different drive modes. The GOAT modes is what gets you to that different terrain. So if you guys liked anything I spoke about, the horsepower, cargo space, or even the interior, come see me today at Gene Langley Ford. Again, Chandler Lewis.
Every pest control company has access to the same products. The southeastern difference is the way we go to market. We don't believe that you should have to take out a bank loan to protect your home. You have more value to us as a lifelong customer, not as a one-and-done sale from a slick salesman. We can still be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Termite and pest control, fungus and moisture barriers, attic installation, or just about anything else. Our services are guaranteed. 731-660-1052.
Hey everybody, this is Chandler Lewis with Dean Langley Ford. Today I'm going to talk about the 23 Bronco Sport Badland. The heart of this beast is a 2.0 EcoBoost, producing 250 horsepower and 277 foot-pounds of torque. and it does power a 4x4 system, which means you can get over any terrain possible. To go over any obstacle you have a 17-inch gray aluminum wheel wrapped in a all-terrain Pirelli tire. Now to the back, you're looking at 65 cubic feet of space, which means you can fit 3 golden retrievers back here, groceries, or even if you're a college student, moving boxes. But no matter what, you can celebrate by opening a bottle. Now moving on to the interior, you have an ebony roast with heated front seats. You do have a 8-inch display backed with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now one of my favorite parts is the GOAT modes. So as I was talking about earlier, you have 7 different drive modes. The GOAT modes is what gets you to that different terrain. So if you guys liked anything I spoke about, the horsepower, cargo space, or even the interior, come see me today at Gene Langley Ford. Again, Chandler Lewis.
Every pest control company has access to the same products. The southeastern difference is the way we go to market. We don't believe that you should have to take out a bank loan to protect your home. You have more value to us as a lifelong customer, not as a one-and-done sale from a slick salesman. We can still be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Termite and pest control, fungus and moisture barriers, attic installation, or just about anything else. Our services are guaranteed. 731-660-1052.
Hey everybody, this is Chandler Lewis with Gene Langley Ford. Today I'm going to talk about the 23 Bronco Sport Badland. The heart of this beast is a 2.0 EcoBoost, producing 250 horsepower and 277 foot-pounds of torque. And it does power a 4x4 system, which means you can get over any terrain possible. To go over any obstacle you have a 17-inch gray aluminum wheel wrapped in a all-terrain Pirelli tire. Now to the back, you're looking at 65 cubic feet of space, which means you can fit 3 golden retrievers back here, groceries, or even if you're a college student, moving boxes. But no matter what, you can celebrate by opening a bottle. Now moving on to the interior, you have an ebony roast with heated front seats. You do have a 8-inch display backed with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now one of my favorite parts is the GOAT modes. So as I was talking about earlier, you have 7 different drive modes. The GOAT modes is what gets you to that different terrain. So if you guys liked anything I spoke about, the horsepower, cargo space, or even the interior, come see me today at Gene Langley Ford. Again, Chandler Lewis.
every pest control company has access to the same products. The southeastern difference is the way we go to market. We don't believe that you should have to take out a bank loan to protect your home. You have more value to us as a lifelong customer, not as a one-and-done sale from a slick salesman. We can still be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Termite and pest control, fungus and moisture barriers, attic installation, or just about anything else. Our services are guaranteed. 731-660-1052.
In the waiting room, I saw a pop-up advertisement there, and I started reading over all the symptoms, and I went down the list. They all pertain to me. My experience with Ms. Kim Nichols, my case manager for BioT, was great. She was very informative, put me at ease, went through everything step by step, knew exactly what to expect and what the outcome was going to be in the end. After BioT, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I can get off work, go home, catch my second wind, and I'm off to the races again. It doesn't matter if I'm working, selling cars, or if I'm on the boat fishing a tournament, I'm back to my old self again.
Give us a call at 731-318-5827 or visit our website at advancedrehabjackson.com for more.
The Lady Vols play here. 96.5 FM, News Talk, West Tennessee. NewsTalkWTN.com.
Text the program. It's 731-800. Text 731-800-8398. Presented by Advanced Rehab and Medical. AdvancedRehabJackson.com. Dr. Shannon Bone is ranked in the top 10 for chiropractors on planet Earth. And Earth is big. It's huge. It's round. I think some people think it's flat. 87 degrees. At 9 minutes past 4, it feels like it's 100 degrees.
Barbaric.
It is barbaric. My name is Dan Reeves, along with Larry Newman. Hello, Newman.
Hello, Reeves.
And Chesley King. Hi,
Hello.
Chesley. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you, gentlemen?
I'm fine. You gonna say hello to Larry?
Hi, Larry.
I'm not a gentleman.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
The phone number presented by CWA Developments. They specialize in commercial and residential renovation and restoration. And if you need to get that deck sealed, any type of woodwork, including privacy fence, they do all that and more. But wait, there's more. 80 years experience, CWA Development. Our phone number is 731-265-6496. We got the lowdown on the schedule coming up here in just a moment. Jackson-Madison County Schools. Right now, phone lines are full. It's 731-265-6496, and you're up next with us here on News Talk 96.5. You're on the air. Go.
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Big Rick, how are you today, sir?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm not sure about you.
Makes two of us.
You got your little grubby hands on the Durham report.
On the what?
Just now been released.
I'm sorry, the what report?
The Durham report. You remember the special counsel investigation?
I didn't understand what you were saying. I thought it sounded like you said the germ report.
No, I didn't say anything about germs. I said Durham.
I'm not trying to start a fight. Rick, don't be aggressive. I just would ask for some clarity. You sound like you. I don't know if you were eating a sandwich or what. I didn't understand what you said. It was not a personal attack whatsoever. What do you make of the Durham report?
Well, have Larry pull it up since he's.
I've got it. I was asking you what you thought about it. I didn't ask what you called in about it, so I thought you'd want to express an opinion. That's all.
Well, there's no opinion. It's fact. I don't know if you can handle.
Lord have mercy.
you talk about your opinion all the time.
Well, that's what this program is. I don't know if you heard about that.
Actually, you're not going to be a happy camper because your Biden supporters.
Let me stop you a minute. Just a minute. Just make sure that folks have to do this, have to fact check him in real time. I'm an American supporter. I don't identify with a national political party. And I don't just put on an American flag cap or an American flag pin on my lapel. That's just all that is a symbol. And I kind of leave that up to the simple-minded. I actually care about this country, so I don't identify with a group of people seeking power, and that power is money, which is the definition of a political party. Just want to straighten that out, because I know you are very big on factual information, and now you have it. But go right ahead with the Durham report, your thoughts.
Okay, so for 3 years, you allowed, because you're on the left side of the fence.
Okay, let me stop you again. And that's not true either. Okay, now you can go right ahead.
Let's talk about something you might know.
You want to talk about the Durham report or talk about me? Which one do you want to do? Pick one.
Let's see. Well, let's talk about something here locally while Larry pulls up the Durham report.
Larry's not going to pull it up, Rick, and you have limited time on the air. Yes, so go right. You pick a subject and let's get your thoughts on it.
Oh, what happened in the county clown commission today, Danny, when they met at 8:30 this morning?
What do you mean? What happened?
Well, you had your school superintendent was wanting some millions of dollars for more back rubs and
no, that's not true either.
Everybody's insurance. Oh, wait,
boy, I tell you, man, I tell you, Rick,
for everybody's insurance. Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
The answer's no, Danny.
Now I didn't know you were on the county commission.
Well, I'm not, and I don't have time to be. So I depend on you.
I don't think that's why you're not on the county commission, just because you don't have time to be. I don't think that has factors in at all. I don't think you have the support to be elected.
It's bull sugar is what it is. See, we're not going to participate in allowing malfeasance and misfunding of my county dollar for parties involving the...
Hey, Rick, let me stop you a minute again. This is too important for you to come in and try to mislead people, because you're jealous. I guess the only reason I know that you keep trying to go after Dr. King, who's not... I don't think he's asked for a penny extra since he's, what is this, his fourth year? What is it, Larry? Third or fourth year for Dr. King?
Yeah.
And for the life of me, I don't understand what makes you mad about having the schools headed in the proper direction. It baffles my mind, so I'm not going to try to talk you out of it, but it's to be responsible. I don't think you should intentionally try to mislead people. In fact, we're not going to let you on this program. It's not very constructive, and it causes... See, our country depends on the people, to actually try to work together and get along with each other. And it's this type of attitude that serves to no benefit whatsoever, just to make things up and to say them. And unfortunately, there are people that believe it. And I hope you understand how important it is to be accurate, especially when you're covering local stories. And I understand. I've got a lot of friends and family that listen. Larry does as well, and as does Chesley. And we're just not in the business of trying to intentionally mislead those people. That's all.
Well, you need to go back to sleep, because this fix will get real ugly. Between the FBI and your so-called Department of Justice, you have no justice. See, this totally blows up you and Hillary campaign.
Okay, Rick, again, I don't have a campaign with Hillary. And as far as I know, she has no say-so in anything as far as holding a public office whatsoever. Hillary Clinton lives in your head rent-free. Now, there's a lot of room in there. The only thing other than Hillary would be drag queens and drag queen brunches. So I'm sure it's a good time for all inside your head. And Dr. King, he occupies space there as well. The only other thing that's what's in your head. I don't know what's in your heart other than cheesy fries, but Rick, do you ever have fun?
Oh, absolutely. I have a blast, man. We had a blast this weekend.
What'd you do?
Well, we went and got great gasoline for 40 cents.
Jeez, I wish you would have called, Larry, and I would have loved to go. Man, that'd have been a great time. We'd have tailgated before we went and got some gasoline. And Larry would have wore his beer helmets. I mean, that sounds like fun.
Yep. Well, what did Larry do? Larry, what did you do this weekend?
He went to, did you go see the Chippendales? What'd you do?
I am a Chippendale. What do you mean?
When you bringing the plants up here, Rick?
When you get your pot prepared. Have you gotten your pot prepared?
Okay. Before anybody gets a little...
my plants are outside.
Not Mary Jane.
Loving this warm weather.
Well, I tell you...
Not a problem.
We'll have to... I tell you what, we'll have that pot up here Wednesday.
Well, we'll see. I'll come in and inspect. I don't want to waste plant's life. You're not prepared to put it in proper condition.
Well, I don't blame you.
I don't want you to get on your radio program and blaspheme me about how I gave you a plant that wouldn't grow and all that.
I don't do that to you. You know that.
So bottom line, Dan Reeves, we need to find out how many children in Madison County school system are in remedial reading programs until they reach proficiency of their grade, and how much money King has provided to orchestrate this remedial program throughout Madison County so that we can result in teaching babies how to read so they can
you don't teach babies how to read. Babies are you got a potty. I mean, at certain points you got potty train babies, and you don't teach a newborn to read. Rick, by the way, okay, the Durham report, as you called in originally about an hour and a half ago when you called it, it's faults the FBI's Trump-Russia probe. I guess you knew that. The long-awaited report from Special Counsel John Durham, that's hence the Durham report, echoes prior conclusions from the Justice Department's Inspector General. And is this something you followed, Larry, the Durham reports?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this report from Special Counsel John Durham accuses the FBI of a double standard for aggressively probing ties between Russia and Donald Trump's 2016 presidential campaign while soft-pedaling similar claims about foreigners seeking influence over Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton. Now, I know what you're thinking out there. Now, wait a minute. Didn't the director of the FBI announce an investigation? Or not an investigation, but there was enough for an investigation on Hillary Clinton just 5 minutes before the election? Yeah, that did happen, and I know you're confused by now about this quote-unquote double standard. Now, Durham's long-awaited 306-page report slams the FBI's handling of the Trump-Russia probe as deeply flawed. But Durham's investigation into the origins of that probe resulted in few criminal charges, and the release of his report is unlikely to offset his high-profile failures in court. He charged just 3 defendants during his 4-year investigation. Juries quickly acquitted 2 of them, while a third pleaded guilty and avoided prison time. Let me quote from the Durham report. Quote, the objective facts show that the FBI's handling of important aspects of the Crossfire Hurricane matter was seriously deficient. close quotes. He was referring to the code name for the counterintelligence probe of links between Russian officials and Trump associates. Now, Durham's report also bemoaned investigators, quote, desperate treatment, close quotes, of Trump and Clinton campaigns. The report describes various alleged efforts by foreign governments, pardon me, or individuals to influence Clinton through campaign donations, and notes that Clinton campaign was briefed on some of those efforts. Now, while Trump and his aides were not briefed about the FBI suspicions, I should say, regarding his bid, Durham's report stops just short of saying that political bias drove the FBI's decisions, saying that while there was evidence of strong political views on the part of some investigators, the FBI's handling of the Trump probe exhibited clear, quote, confirmation bias, close quote, in favor of a likely plot by the Russians. Well, okay, so Attorney General Merrick Garland received the report Friday afternoon. He read over it over the weekend and sent copies to the Capitol Hill on this afternoon, and a senior Justice Department official confirmed that with Larry a little bit earlier today. Now, while following through on his promise to make Durham's report public, Garland released no comments indicating whether he agreed or disagreed with any or all of its conclusions, although his letter transmitting it to Congress stressed that he had not intervened to block any action Durham sought to take during his inquiry. Many of the findings in Durham's reports echo the conclusions of a report issued in 2019 by the Justice Department's Inspector General, which found the FBI badly botched its handling of secret surveillance applications for Carter Page. Remember him? An energy analyst who served for a time on the Trump Campaign Advisory Board. As a result of the Inspector General's report and a broader examination of the FBI's handling of surveillance requests, FBI Director Chris Wray ordered dozens of changes to the Bureau's procedures, auditing and training or submissions to the closed-door court that issues such warrants. Now, let me quote again here. The conduct in 2016 and 17 that Special Counsel Durham examined was the reason that current FBI leadership already implemented dozens of corrective actions, which have now been in place for some time. Had those reforms been in place in 2016, the missteps identified in the report could have been prevented. This report reinforces the importance of ensuring the FBI continues to do its work with the rigor, objectivity, and professionalism the American people deserve and rightly expect. Close quotes. That's Ray with the FBI. So,
Ray.
Yeah.
Ray said that. Okay, well, bottom line, all that is bull sugar, because ultimately what you're missing, Danny, is that the FBI and your intelligence services of America opened up this fraudulent, bogus investigation against President Trump without one shred of an intel or evidence of any wrongdoing. So your little whack job is coming up in a bonfire underneath you liberal-thinking little fellers.
Well, sir, I got to tell you something right now. It's I don't know what you are. You other than a jackass. I don't know. You say you're conservative, but you're so far away from that. But I think you may be migrating even ahead of the current conservative party, way over to the right. I don't think you like anybody, to be honest with you. At least if you do, you hide it very well. You just seem to dislike humans. I'm glad you like plants, because plants are related to us. They're our family, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
And you ever smoked a family member?
A few times.
Okay, good. Well, so Rick, thank you very much. We'll talk more about the Durham report a little bit later on in the program. Rick, thank you. Let's stick to plant talk. I like that better with you. But I'm sure you think some plants are liberal and other plants are conservative, and this just is unhealthy behavior for Americans. I tell you, it's just very, very unhealthy.
It is.
But there's nothing I can do about it.
Well, we'll just use it as an example of no matter how many different ways you throw an insult or quirk here and there, it doesn't make you right, doesn't make the other person sound wrong.
Well, I don't know about that, Jesse. I just know this is how countries come unraveled.
Divide themselves.
That is, well, it's the ruling class does that with propaganda. We just make it really easy for them. Ruling class has done it since day one on planet Earth. And to love the founding fathers so much that you bow at their altar, but ignore the thing they said was most important, and that is to have an electoral base, a citizenry that's informed, is the only way to keep our democracy, our representative republic, and we don't have that any longer. Hey, basketball tournaments will begin today at 5. Jackson-Manus County School System holding a basketball tournament starting today. Today, the first day of the Jackson-Manus County Schools Elementary Basketball Tournament. The tournament begins at 5 today at Rose Hill School. Gates opening at 4:30. So 1 minute to the gates open. You can grab tickets on GoFan. I guess you can buy them at the gate, at the door as well, I'm sure. And then tomorrow, the tournament continues at Rose Hill at the same time. Again, tickets on GoFan. You can find those tickets on GoFan by visiting jmcss.org. Then Thursday, at Rose Hill at 6. And I think we're scheduled to be there at Rose Hill at 6 Thursday. It's the basketball championship game. It's 6 on Thursday at Rose Hill. Gates open at 5:30. Jackson-Manus County Schools also says that the middle school baseball championship will be tomorrow at 6. We'll be there for that at the West Tennessee Healthcare Sportsplex. Rose Hill will take on Northeast. We're going to be broadcasting live for the West Tennessee Healthcare Sportsplex from 3 till 6, and then we'll have the game for you. Rose Hill versus Northeast in the middle school baseball championship game. That's tomorrow. And we'll be out there with Jason Compton and company and find out what's happening at the Sportsplex as well tomorrow. And we got news that you can use. 6K Energy. What is that? We'll explain it next. And a big announcement, another big announcement about industry and the economy here in Jackson and West Tennessee. 6K Energy, the world's only sustainable reduction for battery material. We'll explain all that when we return here on the program. It is 87 degrees at 4:31. It's Jamal Lewis past the hour. Feels like it's 100 degrees outside, Lamb.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, lordy, lordy, lordy.
Same as it ever was. Look where my hand was. Time isn't holding up. Time isn't after us. Same as it ever was. 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 Yeah, Twister comes.
Walker Talks with Chuck Walker. Weekdays 10 to 1. Only on 96.5 FM. News Talk West Tennessee and NewsTalkWTN.com.
For nearly 30 years, Cambridge Limited has been the place where West Tennesseans come for their dress clothes needs. We are so thankful for the many customers who have stood by us through the years and allowed us to play such a special role in the biggest moments of their lives. Our customer service is unparalleled, and our tailors work around the clock to ensure that your clothes are custom fit to you. With no suit in the store more than $2.59, there is something for everybody here at Cambridge. Come and see what we are all about, or give us a call to book your own wedding appointment today at Cambridge.
Looking to add a little spice to your love life?
Nothing adds spice like gunpowder.
Jackson's only indoor shooting range, date night at the range. Here's what you lovebirds get: a shooting lane for two targets, 100 rounds of ammo, eye and ear protection, and a $30 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse. All for just $99.99.
Now that's firepower.
Perfect for a gift card from The Range. The Range, 2310 North Highland Avenue in Jackson.
Go to therange.com.
Hi, I'm Terica Smith, a local attorney and proud JMC SS
Jean Langley
graduate.
Ford in Humboldt.
But I'm also
And
a
right now,
JMC
our price is your price. Our price is your price. Our price is your price. And remember, March is Ford Truck Month. What's better than 20% over invoice or 15% over invoice or 10% over invoice? How about 0% over invoice? It's happening now at Jean Langley Ford. Our price is your price. That's right. Our price is your price.
If you're in business, you know just how important each call is. You don't have time for phone or internet downtime. Your business needs a reliable communications partner 24/7. You need Lifeline Voice and Data. Lifeline Voice and Data provides telephone service to emergency service facilities all over West Tennessee and beyond. For your business, we don't just provide a phone line. We provide a lifeline. Lifeline Voice and Data.
9 a.m. weekdays on The Dan Reeves Show. The Range presents Rapid Fire. Answer the question. One sentence only. Brought to you by The Range.
Go to therange.com.
Hi, this is Sarah Beth Langley at Jean Langley Ford. When it's time to buy a new vehicle, it's important to deal with someone you can trust. At Jean Langley Ford, we're truly a small-town family business and have been for over 40 years. With low overhead, we give you as much or more than anyone else for your trade. Great deals on F-150s, Explorers, Escapes, plus Broncos, Rangers, and the new Mustang Mach-E. With easy financing, no one is turned away. A free lifetime warranty and an award-winning service department. You really should try Jean Langley Ford before you buy. The dealership service built. Hi, this is Sarah Beth Langley at Jean Langley Ford in Humboldt. And right now, our price is your price. Our price is your price. Our price is your price. And remember, March is Ford Truck Month. What's better than 20% over invoice or 15% over?
On 96.5 FM and NewsTalk.WTN.com.
.436, 87 degrees in Midtown to J-Town heat index, triple digits on 100. 100. It feels like it's 100 degrees outside. Thankfully, Garrett Plumbing got on it, and it's cooling down nicely in here.
Yes, it is.
It's nice. You really appreciate something once it's gone, don't you? You'll appreciate me one day. One day I'll be gone, Larry, and you'll be doing the weather, saying, geez, I appreciate him now. Maybe you won't. My name's Dan Reeves, along with Larry Newman. Hello, Newman.
Hello, Reeves.
Chesley King is in the house in 809. Hi, Chesley.
Hello.
And you may join us. The phone number is 731-265-6496. 731-265-6496 to join us in the program. Cal Spurgeon, the president and CEO of Jackson, the Greater Jackson Chamber of Commerce. We're getting him scheduled to come in to talk about 6K. I think it's 230 or so jobs coming with that.
Yes.
And we'll run down the details for you here in just a bit. And we'll be glad to have Kyle in We're working on scheduling right now. His people are talking to our people. And so when those people get together, they'll let us know. Lay, let's check the radar. Do you mind? Because there's some pop-up showers. And last I checked it, do you have the radar? Or I have the Doppler over here. I'll be glad to check it. It's a lot of it had moved off to the to our east. Well, it's not our east. It's just east. If you're standing, let's just say if you're standing in AutoZone's parking lot on Highland Avenue facing south, it'd be to your right.
Right.
It'd be. I wasn't asking. I was telling you.
No, you're right.
In west would be to your left. Now, there's another pop-up shower up in Lake County, and it's a pretty big bad boy. It's got red cells in it. Martin, you might want to keep your head down. It's headed your way. And there's just a light shower. It's kind of on the Madison, looks like around Pinson, around your hometown, Larry, around Pinson Mounds.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's between Pinson and Henderson. Yeah, I got it. And right on Highway 45, and it's straddling Highway 45. Sure is. But when's this? We're going to get some relief from this humid weather. Are we going to get some relief?
You might get some tomorrow.
Well,
you never know.
Well, I'll check the weather.
Well, as soon as I get over to it, I'll tell you.
Well, tonight we're going to drop down to 67. There's still we carry a 50-50 shot at a pop-up shower here. It's just the way it is. With I know it's not officially summer yet, but this is West Tennessee. We skip right past spring and go right into heat. But I tell you that now tomorrow 81 and 61 the extremes, a 30% chance of storms, but by Wednesday 77 the high, 58 overnight, and mostly sunny on Wednesday. This is going to be gorgeous, isn't it, Larry?
Yes.
79 on Thursday and sunny. Friday 78 and mostly sunny. Saturday a chance of a shower. Sunday sunny and 76. So but we had 90 degrees today. And we were right at it.
We were right at it.
But yesterday, it reached the low 90s, didn't it, yesterday? It was triple-digit heat index yesterday as well.
89 was the high.
Yesterday?
Today.
What about yesterday? Then we were in low 90s yesterday, wasn't
we? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping that the weather would start clearing up this week. We know all these kids in our local schools are having their field days this week and graduation celebrations and plenty of fun outside. So want to make sure those kids after this long, hard year have a good, dry day outside.
Well, they're not accustomed to being outside anyway. I bet you the kids these days. Do you have kids, Chesley?
I do. I have 4.
What's their ages?
One's about to be 16. One's 14. One will be 9 on Thursday, and a 5-year-old.
They don't go outside as much as we used to, do they?
No, not at all.
What is iPhone, iPad, that sort of thing?
Well, at home, we make sure our kids go out, but even at school, they don't get recess like we used to at all. At all.
The state of Tennessee determined, correct me if I'm wrong, that recess or physical education was not that important. Although we have an obesity epidemic, a childhood obesity epidemic, they determined that physical education, not that important. Am I right about that?
Yeah, from what I understand, and as long as they get gym time, that's equaled as recess, which I disagree. I think it does them good to get out.
What is when you say gym time? What's considered what's considered gym time?
Going in the gymnasium with the PE teacher and doing bear crawls and jumping jacks and playing with hula hoops.
Hula hoops.
I'm sure they do more than that, but I appreciate my kids getting physical education. My younger ones have a great physical education coach at their school. Go Raiders. But
Who are the Raiders?
Rose Hill.
Rose Hill is a
Rose
great
Hill.
school. Yeah, the state of Tennessee is, I guess the politicians had a lot to do with it. I don't know. I think so. But determined that physical education is not that important to have. So they don't have to have any credits in physical education. Is that right?
No, not that. Well, my older ones do, yes. The ones in high school do. But I know my little 5-year-old, she only goes outside for about 7 minutes at the end of the day right before they start calling for buses and stuff.
7 minutes?
About 7 minutes, yeah.
Larry don't play. He quit school because of recess. He don't play. But I tell you.
They wouldn't let you on the swing set?
That was the best part of the day was recess. What
I
do you
know.
mean?
I thought it was lunch was your favorite.
Well, that too. That was my second favorite.
Yeah. Hey, as a former teacher, what do you make of that? The state of Tennessee, during an obesity epidemic for children, they've determined, and I tell you, in a conservative state, they're making a lot of decisions for the masses when it comes to things like this. That's, to me, it's favoring big government. No offense meant by that, but at some point, I think if you're selling conservatism, then that means more power to the people, and Tennesseans want better health care, things like that. Not that concerned with like, what is it, 1/6 to 1% of Tennesseans identify as trans, but that's a lot of trans talk, to be just a few,
Right.
even in the state of Tennessee. But now when it comes to health care, that's everybody needs health care, from infants to senior citizens. I don't get it. Do you?
It's a distraction.
For what do they? Do you have any
So
idea?
they don't
why?
have to do health care and they don't have to talk about gun safety
Because
because they're worried about the trans.
You think they're worried about them, or just that's
Well,
just a
apparently
straw
they
man?
are.
Well, it's either a distraction or they're really concerned the trans are going to come and get our guns and Bibles. 1/6 of 1% of Tennesseans are going to overtake us if we don't do something about it. And we've got to make brunch great again. We've got to make brunch great again. We got to take brunch back. The drag queens are taking brunch away. When's the last time you've been to brunch?
God.
Ever?
Yeah.
Were you
Went
dressed
to-
in full drag or?
No. It wasn't a
partial or?
No. I don't do that.
Oh.
I go to brunch, but it wasn't a drag brunch.
Oh, man.
Dan, I just looked on the Tennessee government website, and it says that students in the state of Tennessee are required physical education twice a week.
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
I knew it was something crazy. Twice a week.
And they cannot go outside if it is 85 degrees or higher. So they won't be going outside this week.
Oh, Lord. The irony of starting school much earlier than we used to, and then you can't go outside if it's 85 or better. I don't know. What's going on here?
Hey, listen, man. When you talk, you're full of bull.
If you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
Amen.
But physical education twice a week.
But then there's another one that says that a bill was passed in 2017 saying that kids were required 130 minutes of physical activity and 90 minutes for middle and high school. But I mean, physical activity doesn't mean going outside. That could.
But physical not even 130 minutes over the course of the school year?
Week.
A week?
Yeah. But it says physical
130,
activity so that could be gym class too.
Well, that's 2 hours. I mean, essentially.
Yeah.
That's only 2 hours a week. So we're back to 2 days.
Still not enough.
Oh, no, that's right where we started. You said earlier,
Yeah.
2 days. That's where that is. Well.
And we wonder why so many kids are being told that they can't sit still and focus in school. It's because they want to go outside.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? The state and Greater Jackson Chamber announced the agreement to bring 6K Energy's PlusCam factory to Jackson. It was first announced. It was the first announcement of its kind that had been. What it will be? Let's see. Beginning in September. It began in September on September the 28th. So I'm getting confused here. Governor Bill Lee announced the agreement that will, when he announced it was in 2021, the agreement that will bring Ford Motor Company and SK Innovations to Blue Oval City. And while 6K isn't officially linked to Ford, its location just a county over from the mega site positions the company as a potential supplier for Ford. The plans to build the electric-powered trucks at Blue Oval City. And the announcement, quote, "We were actually talking to 6K before Blue Oval City was announced, so if Ford wasn't coming to West Tennessee, I don't think that would have been a deal-breaker necessarily," according to Mandy White, the Chief Economic Development Officer for the Greater Jackson Chamber. And Mandy went on to say, quotes, "But I'm sure it helped our case to make them want to come here even more," close quote. White and Chamber President Kyle Spurgeon reiterated that while there's no supplier agreement in place between 6K and Ford, the potential for one is definite. The plan is for Ford to begin announcing Tier 1 suppliers by the end of this year, ahead of its scheduled opening in 2025. It'll be here before you know it, as they say. And, quote, "That's a spigot that we're just now starting to see turn on, and we don't really know the impact that process will have on not just Jackson and Madison County, but all of West Tennessee," according to White. Now, the initial jobs created at Blue Oval City between Ford and SK will be about 5,600 jobs. That's bigger than most towns in West Tennessee.
It is.
I was just about to say, this area is about to be immensely blessed for as many jobs as we have opening.
And so 5,600, Trenton's population, around 4,000, give you an idea. Yeah. Trenton, the county seat of Gibson County. So Ford has not given an official public estimate on how many suppliers it will require or where they could locate, but Kyle Spurgeon said Jackson and Madison County are positioned well if any of them look at this area as an option. And Kyle went on to say, quote, "When companies are looking for somewhere to locate or build a new manufacturing plant, they're looking for a location that will quickly put together and ready to operate as soon as possible. With the infrastructure we have in place with Jackson Energy Authority, we're good from that standpoint. Then when you look at how well everyone involved in industry recruitment, local government, JEA, West Tennessee Healthcare, all of our local partners, that really creates Team Madison County. And we've heard from others that we worked with in the past that there aren't many places that have all those entities working so well together as we have here. That's a big thing in our favor." Close quotes, President, CEO of Greater Jackson Chamber of Commerce, Kyle Spurgeon, President and CEO. And while there's a good amount of anticipation because of coming companies in addition to 6K like Georgia Pacific and Great Wolf Lodge, Jackson's industrial development is already in a good situation. So it's the forecast is really good for Jackson, Madison County, and for West Tennessee, really, with Blue Oval City leading the way. You can join us here on our phone number is 731-265-6496, 731-265-6496 to join us in the program. And that number is sponsored by our friends over at CWA Development, Fire and Water Damage Restoration, Plumbing, Gutter, Roof and Window Cleaning, Wood Repairs, including privacy fences, deck repairs, they do all the above. Commercial and residential, high quality, personalized service with 80 combined years experience. Locally owned and operated CWA Developments. You can reach CWA Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. And on Sundays for emergencies, it's 731-503-9598. 731-503-9598. Our phone number is to get in on the program is 731-265-6496 from the Gene. Yeah, thank you, Charlie. From the Gene Langley Ford Studio in Jackson. Let's get to the phone lines. People are standing by, and you'll be up next with us here on News Talk 96.5. You're on the air. Go.
Hey, Dan, it's me again. I called earlier in the show.
I remember that.
Yeah, right on. So, Joe Biden is turning, he wrote like 4 or 5 paragraphs back. About,
yeah?
Yeah, it was about affordable and safe housing. He's going to turn a new, try to make it available for everyone. Reduce homelessness by 25% by the year 2025. One of the things he mentioned there. Yeah.
What do you think of that? I was reading that I think we have 2 forces working here for control of of our country. I think you got a fascist movement on one side and then a socialist movement on the other. The European countries have they took our old game plan and they're using it for their benefit, and that is capitalism as the dominant economic system. But in the center of that is socialism. That's how we built the middle class. Now there'll be people that will argue that, but Big Rick will argue anything. That's not an opinion. That's fact. The New Deal. You can read about it, folks. They hide information like that in books, but they're banning essentially every stinking book about America's history. But don't let what you were told when you were a kid that if you ignore history, it will repeat itself. Don't worry about that. Just make sure that kids don't have to go outside when it's over 80 degrees, and make sure they got plenty of bonbons. What do you think about it, Joy? What do you think's really going on here? By the way, you can join us on this discussion, 731-265-6496, 731-265-6496. We'll check the text line as well, presented by Advanced Rehab and Medical, advancedrehabjackson.com. Dr. Shannon Bone, ranked in the top 10 for chiropractors on earth. advancedrehabjackson.com. Our text line number is 731-800-8398 to text the program. What do you think's going on, Josh?
Well, I think Donald Trump is going to reveal it. I thought he was going to do that in 2012, the first time he ran for
Reveal
president.
What?
That the whole thing's a fraud, that nobody deserves to be homeless or lacking anything, because that's an illusion. That's a fraudulent system that's been foreclosed on.
Yeah.
You want to know history? Look, 11 years ago, 2012, won people's public trust, man.
Well, it's
Donnie J for president.
Let me ask you this. Yeah, I'm just curious because I've got thoughts on it, but I'm going to get yours. So, who do you think was benefited from the tax cuts for the ultra wealthy? You think homeless benefited from that? I'm just curious.
Tax cuts for the ultra wealthy. Well, that would be the ultra wealthy, and above them is the puppet masters.
Okay, so that's a swing and a miss on that one. I'm trying to figure out how. Yeah, now, politicians, they talk a lot, but the important thing is to watch what they do, not what they say.
I understand. Yeah. So, what we're doing here is reducing homelessness by 25% by 2025.
But
or
how?
Alternatively, we could end it overnight, and if we stopped just the Great Reset, Joe Biden. How about that? The Great Reset, man. Whatever happened to that?
Well, we can't even, right now, we can't even decide if we're going to pay our bills or not. So I'd say the homeless are standing there with an empty sack right now. Don't you?
Yeah, they're got an empty paper sack like me, but I've got it full of ideas. Everybody's got eternal value in their soul, and that's how we connect, man. We can't keep using these debt-based negative value monies because that's what creates entropy.
Will you grab that dictionary? Okay.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
That's
the difference between lawful and legal. Yeah, in as much. So thanks for taking my call, Dan.
Well, it's a pleasure, Josh. Appreciate it very much.
Did she say it on Twitter?
I don't know where he got that. It could be on Twitter. Let me tell you about. Pardon me. It can't be. But with it, well, I guess it could be. Is the pollen high today? Is there an alert? There's your car green, or is it?
No.
Okay, well that's good. Do you have a garage?
No.
Do you have a garage?
I do.
Yeah. Do you have a carport, Larry?
No.
But my car is green.
Have trees.
Everybody has trees, man. It was
Well,
like
I have them all over.
Yeah, it's,
more than normal. There's
not. I mean, I was asking about garage. Even in the garage, I'm sure.
It still blows
it gets
right
in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Lord mercy, that's life-giving powder pollen.
Oh no!
Also, it's nearly kills me every year. But
5.8 medium pollen today.
Medium today. That's a little bit of a break, isn't it? From the Gene Langley Ford Studio. Be right back.
This is WBFG 96.5 FM. 96.5 FM. Parker's Crossroads, Jackson.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters reporting. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed a bill into law barring the state's colleges and universities from spending money on diversity, equity, and inclusion programs.
The move comes amid conservative pushback on higher education DEI programs, which DeSantis and others want to reinforce racial divisions and promote liberal orthodoxy. Supporters of the program
having trouble sleeping, lack of daytime energy. I was suffering from all these things, and several months ago, I decided to do something about it. I called Dr. Shannon Bone at Advanced Rehab and Medical. A simple test can change your life. It did for me. So call Dr. Shannon Bone, do what I did, and ask if BioTE is right for you. You'll be glad you did.
Not too expensive, nothing too fancy, just an authentic Italian family recipe served up piping hot, just like a pizza pie should be. Locally owned and operated Carico's Pizza, home of the $8 lunch special. 2 slices and a drink for just $8. Buy the slice or the 28-inch monster, perfect for the bowl game. Carico's Pizza, 1370 Union University Drive. For catering, call 731-240-1033. For the full menu, visit caricospizza.com.
For nearly 30 years, Cambridge Limited has been the place where West Tennesseans come for their dress clothes needs. We are so thankful for the many customers who have stood by us through the years and allowed us to play such a special role in the biggest moments of their lives. Our customer service is unparalleled, and our tailors work around the clock to ensure that your clothes are custom fit to you. With no suit in the store more than $259, there is something for everybody here at Cambridge. Come and see what we are all about, or give us a call to book your own wedding appointment today at Cambridge.
Is your office or home office in need of a new printer, copier, fax, or multifunction machine? Do you need business cards, envelopes, or office supplies? Are you looking to upgrade to new office furniture? Office World Incorporated in Trenton has been serving all of the Gibson County and the West Tennessee area for over 65 years. Office World is a franchise partner of OfficeZilla. Call today, 731-855-9131, or email officeworldinc@gmail.com.
Are you struggling with lack of libido? Having trouble losing the belly fat? Having trouble sleeping? Lack of daytime energy? I was suffering from all these things, and several months ago, I decided to do something about it. I called Dr. Shannon Bone at Advanced Rehab and Medical. A simple test can change your life. It did for me. So call Dr. Shannon Bone, do what I did, and ask if BioTE is right for you. You'll be glad you did.
Not too expensive, nothing too fancy, just an authentic Italian family recipe served up piping hot, just like a pizza pie should be. Locally owned and operated Carico's Pizza, home of the $8 lunch special. 2 slices and a drink for just $8. Buy the slice or the 28-inch monster, perfect for the bowl game. Carico's Pizza, 1370 Union University Drive. For catering, call 731-240-1033. For the full menu, visit caricospizza.com.
For nearly 30 years, Cambridge Limited has been the place where West Tennesseans come for their dress clothes needs. We are so thankful for the many customers who have stood by us through the years and allowed us to play such a special role in the biggest moments of their lives. Our customer service is unparalleled, and our tailors work around the clock to ensure that your clothes are custom fit to you. With no suit in the store more than $2.59, there is something for everybody here at Cambridge. Come and see what we are all about, or give us a call to book your own wedding appointment today at Cambridge.
Is your office or home office in need of a new printer, copier, fax, or multifunction machine? Do you need business cards, envelopes, or office supplies? Are you looking to upgrade to new office furniture? Office World Incorporated in Trenton has been serving all of the Gibson County and the West Tennessee area for over 65 years. Office World is a franchise partner of OfficeZilla. Call today, 731-855-9131, or email officeworldinc@gmail.com.
Are you struggling with lack of libido? Having trouble losing the belly fats? Having trouble sleeping? Lack of daytime energy? I was suffering from all these things, and several months ago, I decided to do something about it. I called Dr. Shannon Bone at Advanced Rehab and Medical. A simple test can change your life. It did for me. So call Dr. Shannon Bone. Do what I did and ask if BioTE is right for you. You'll be glad you did.
Not too expensive, nothing too fancy, just an authentic Italian family recipe served up piping hot, just like a pizza pie should be. Locally owned and operated Carico's Pizza, home of the $8 lunch special. 2 slices and a drink for just $8. Buy the slice or the 28-inch monster, perfect for the bowl game. Carico's Pizza, 1370 Union University Drive. For catering, call 731-240-1033. For the full menu, visit caricospizza.com.
For nearly 30 years, Cambridge Limited has been the place where West Tennesseans come for their dress clothes needs. We are so thankful for the many customers who have stood by us through the years and allowed us to play such a special role in the biggest moments of their lives. Our customer service is unparalleled, and our tailors work around the clock to ensure that your clothes are custom fit to you. With no suit in the store more than $2.59, there is something for everybody here at Cambridge. Come and see what we are all about, or give us a call to book your own wedding appointment today at Cambridge.
Is your office or home office in need of a new printer, copier, fax, or multifunction machine? Do you need business cards, envelopes, or office supplies? Are you looking to upgrade to new office furniture? Office World Incorporated in Trenton has been serving all of the Gibson County and the West Tennessee area for over 65 years. Office World is a franchise partner of OfficeZilla. Call today, 731-855-9131, or email officeworldinc@gmail.com.
Are you struggling with lack of libido? Having trouble losing the belly fats? Having trouble sleeping? Lack of daytime energy? I was suffering from all these things, and several months ago, I decided to do something about it. I called Dr. Shannon Bone at Advanced Rehab and Medical. A simple test can change your life. It did for me. So call Dr. Shannon Bone. Do what I did and ask if BioTE is right for you. You'll be glad you did.
Not too expensive, nothing too fancy, just an authentic Italian family recipe served up piping hot, just like a pizza pie should be. Locally owned and operated Carico's Pizza, home of the $8 lunch special. 2 slices and a drink for just $8. Buy the slice or the 28-inch monster, perfect for the bowl game. Carico's Pizza, 1370 Union University Drive. For catering, call 731-240-1033. For the full menu, visit caricospizza.com.
For nearly 30 years, Cambridge Limited has been the place where West Tennesseans come for their dress clothes needs. We are so thankful for the many customers who have stood by us through the years and allowed us to play such a special role in the biggest moments of their lives. Our customer service is unparalleled, and our tailors work around the clock to ensure that your clothes are custom fit to you. With no suit in the store more than $259, there is something for everybody here at Cambridge. Come and see what we are all about, or give us a call to book your own wedding appointment today at Cambridge.
Is your office or home office in need of a new printer, copier, fax, or multifunction machine? Do you need business cards, envelopes, or office supplies? Are you looking to upgrade to new office furniture? Office World Incorporated in Trenton has been serving all of the Gibson County and the West Tennessee area for over 65 years. Office World is a franchise partner of OfficeZilla. Call today, 731-855-9131, or email officeworldinc@gmail.com.
Are you struggling with lack of libido? Having trouble losing the belly fats? Having trouble sleeping? Lack of daytime energy? I was suffering from all these things, and several months ago, I decided to do something about it. I called Dr. Shannon Bone at Advanced Rehab and Medical. A simple test can change your life. It did for me. So call Dr. Shannon Bone, do what I did, and ask if BioTE is right for you. You'll be glad you did.
Not too expensive, nothing too fancy, just an authentic Italian family recipe served up piping hot, just like a pizza pie should be. Locally owned and operated Carico's Pizza, home of the $8 lunch special. 2 slices and a drink for just $8. Buy the slice or the 28-inch monster, perfect for the bowl game. Carico's Pizza, 1370 Union University Drive. For catering, call 731-240-1033. For the full menu, visit caricospizza.com.
For nearly 30 years, Cambridge Limited has been the place.
Wood and G-Unit. Walker Talks with Chuck Walker and Julie Holt. The Dan Reeves Show with Gina Langley and Larry Newman. Dave Ramsey. Jackson-Madison County Schools Game of the Week. UT Vols Sports and the Memphis Grizzlies. Local, live, News Talk West Tennessee and NewsTalk965.com. Hear it first on News Talk 96.5 FM. We might be talking about you.
Well, good afternoon. It's 9 minutes past 5. Welcome, friends. My name's Dan Reeves, along with Larry Newman. Hello, Newman.
Hello, Reeves.
Under Gene Langley Ford Studio in Jackson. Here on News Talk 96.5 FM. Be sure to visit newstalk965.com if you want to keep up with all the latest local, state, and national news, sports, and weather. Larry, I think it's the best website in West Tennessee. I love that website, don't you?
I do too.
newstalk965.com, and be sure to download our free mobile apps. They fit Apple, they fit Android, and take us with you wherever you go. You can watch the shows. You can listen to the programs. We also have our website embedded, and there's a crossword puzzle you can play every single day at newstalk965.com. You do crosswords.
I do. I like them.
It's great exercise for the brain, isn't it? Mental stimulation, son. Governor Lee has signed a bill to shield gun firms from Governor Lee signs a bill to shield gun firms from to protect them from lawsuits. I want to get to this story. This happened today. Governor Bill Lee signed a bill to shield gun firms further against lawsuits. What if can't see this happening if it were, say, a big wheel. Remember, nobody knows what that is these days. But say if it was like an iPhone was killing the same amount of people, I don't think they would do a law to protect people. If they were exploding and while you're talking, blew your head off, I don't think this would happen to you.
No,
I
don't.
And I'm not. I want to know how you feel about this. Governor Bill Lee signed off on additional protections for gun and ammunition dealers, manufacturers, and sellers against lawsuits within a bill that lawmakers passed after the deadly school shooting. Bill Lee quietly signed the legislation late last week. It goes into effect on July 1st. The Senate passed the bill in mid-April, just weeks after the March 27th shooting at the Covenant School in Nashville. 6 were killed there, including 3 9-year-olds.
So instead of doing something about gun control, they said, we're passing a bill so you can't sue.
Well, here's what it goes on to say here, Larry, that with the Senate passing this, the House, by the way, passed it before the shooting. The Senate after the shooting. Lee's approval comes amid the governor's push for Republican lawmakers to pass a proposal that aims to keep guns away from people who could harm themselves or others. By the way, wouldn't that be about 100% of the population? I mean, if it could harm themselves or others. The governor also called lawmakers back for a special session in August. So, with the governor signing off on this, the additional protections for gun ammunition dealers, manufacturers, and sellers against lawsuits within a bill that lawmakers passed again after the deadly shooting in March. This kicks in July 1st. The state Senate gave final passage after that shooting. Lee's choice to sign the bill comes as he is pushing back for the same Republican lawmakers who hold super majorities here in Tennessee in both the House and the Senate to pass a proposal that aims to keep guns away from people who could harm themselves or others. Governor Lee plans to call lawmakers back into an August special session that aims to strengthen public safety and preserve constitutional rights after they adjourned last month without taking up his temporary mental health order of protection proposal. His office hasn't released the parameters of what version of that proposal or others will be considered in the session just yet. The expansion of civil immunity for gun companies was hardly in doubt after lawmakers passed it. Lee has never issued a veto. Do you know that? With Tennessee having a supermajority, kind of makes sense. Which lawmakers would have the numbers to override, but however, he occasionally has allowed bills to take effect without his signature to signal his concerns or disapproval of a policy. And even though he has concerns or disapproval, by not signing those, it doesn't matter. They're laws. That doesn't sit well with some. Some people say, do your job. A lot of those people are on the other side of the fence, as they say. Apparently, we cannot get on the same page. Democratic lawmakers have blasted the move to prioritize legal protections to the gun industry in wake of the shooting. Now, 3, of course, Senate Republicans voted against the legislation, which came before, right in the middle of the weeks of public pressure, protests, and marches to pass gun control reforms. So while there is growing enthusiasm, let's say, for gun reform, the governor signs this into law to further protect gun manufacturers and ammunition makers from civil lawsuits. Only Democrats opposed the bill in the House vote before the shooting. And let me quote here, Representative John Ray Clemens, the House Democratic Caucus chair, he's from Nashville, said in an interview today, quote, with regards to the law, the GOP supermajority is focused on protecting firearms and manufacturers and dealers. They're more focused on that than protecting our children and communities. Close quote. That's John Ray Clemens, the House Democratic Caucus chair. Now, the bill's sponsor, Republican Senator Joey Hensley from Hohenwald, said during a floor debate last month that his legislation doesn't prevent any other proposal from passing to make changes after the shooting. He said the bill aims to help out businesses in Tennessee's booming firearms industry. No pun intended, I don't think. Now, the Tennessee bill spells out a half dozen situations in which gun and ammo companies could be held civilly liable in Tennessee state courts, exempting others. The firearm industry remains largely shielded from liability under federal law. 17 states do not have special immunity for the gun industry. Tennessee was already not one of those states before the bill's approval. A gun control advocacy group called Everytown for Gun Safety said in recent years, some states have moved in the opposite direction of Tennessee by rolling back legal protection for gun manufacturers and dealers. Last year, Remington, the company that made the rifle used in the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre in Connecticut, settled with the families of those killed at the shooting for $73 million. The families had accused the company of targeting younger, at-risk males in advertising and product placement in violent video games. That's remember the lawsuit against tobacco companies, and the Winston Cup was NASCAR's big title sponsor. Winston cigarettes. Remember the Marlboro Man,
right?
Remember Camel's Joe Camel. They said they were targeting kids with Joe Camel. Joe Camel is in a pine box. Lung cancer, I think.
So was the Marlboro Man.
So when you flip this upside down and smell of it, what do you think? What do you make of this? I mean, Big Tobacco called. They said, huh? February, families of those killed and injured in a 2018 Texas high school shooting settled a lawsuit they filed against a Tennessee-based online retailer, Lucky Gunner, that was accused of illegally selling ammunition to the students who authorities say fatally shot 10 people. Some of the settlement specifics in this case in the Texas court system were kept confidential. The owner of the company sits on the Tennessee State Board of Education, Jordan Mollenauer. The company was also accused of failing to verify the shooter's age. He was 17 at the time when he bought more than 100 rounds of ammunition on 2 occasions before May 2018 shooting at Santa Fe High School. So there you go. That catch you off guard? Some people are saying this is just weird timing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how you feel about it out there. Does that rub you the wrong way? So,
well, for this to be the first we've heard about it, and this has been something they've been discussing, and it's never been made public. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they've already voted. It's not been heavily publicized, but it's something that both houses voted on already. So it's the governor signed it late last week. Is why it's back in the news. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just
like. Still,
they're just not being very transparent about what's going on in Nashville.
I don't think that's not the big thing. I don't think because none of that information was kept quiet. I mean, seriously, it was if you followed what they were doing in session, it's just with him signing it, is why it's back in the news. With the governor signing it like last week's why it's back in the news. We'll talk more. There's more to come. Let me say that about this, about that, whatever. Precision Auto Body. They've been in business over 25 years. Geez, that's over a quarter of a century. Mark Kim, they don't even look that old, They are a complete collision repair company. They do domestic, they do imports, they do BMW, they do Mercedes. They do it all. And they've always been on the cutting edge when it comes to technology. The Maximus computer, the WEEP systems, producing amazing results. And they are so customer friendly. Larry, they make it easy. They have rental cars on site. So if you have some damage, you need some auto body work done, they will come and pick your vehicle up and leave you the keys to the rental car. And once they have your car repaired, then they will deliver your vehicle right back to you and pick up the rental car. That's customer service. That's customer friendly, isn't it?
It is.
That's our friends at Precision Auto Body. It's how they operate. So when you need body work, you need Precision Auto Body. 146 Milan Highway, Medina, if you were leaving Medina headed north to Milan, it'll be on the right just outside of town between Milan and Medina. Precision Auto Body, over a quarter of a century. The website is precisionautobodytn.com, precisionautobodytn.com. They've got also locations in Martin and in Dyersburg. Great company right there. Great company. I tell you that. I tell you right now. They're that good. And we'll be right back. By the way, from the Gene Langley Ford studio, this will be broadcast. Gene Langley Ford is at 3500 Eastern Drive in Humboldt. The dealership that service truly built. GeneLangleyFord.com. Shop online 24/7. GeneLangleyFord.com. 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 Basketball tournaments. Jackson-Madison County Elementary Basketball Tournament. The tournament started today at 5 at Rose Hill School. Tomorrow, it's same time, same place. Tournament continues at Rose Hill at the same time, same place. You can pick up tickets at GoFan. You can get to those tickets by visiting jmcss.org. And then Thursday, Rose Hill at 6 p.m. We're going to be there. The basketball championship will be held. Get those tickets, jmcss.org. The gates open Thursday at 5:30. And Jackson-Madison County School System also has their middle school baseball championship tomorrow at 6, and we'll be there at the West Tennessee Healthcare Sportsplex. We'll do this program there live from 3 till 6, and then at 6, the unit will join me, and we'll have the play-by-play call as Rose Hill and Northeast hook up in the middle school baseball championship game for Jackson-Madison County Schools at the West Tennessee Healthcare Sportsplex. And we'll have Jason Compton and a lot of guests from Jackson-Madison County Schools will join us out there tomorrow. Looking forward to that, Larry. Larry will be here guiding the ship. He'll be piloting from the studio tomorrow as we broadcast live from the West Tennessee Healthcare Sportsplex tomorrow.
The Tennessee Volunteers play here. 96.5 FM, News Talk West Tennessee, newstalkwtn.com.
Let's face it, people want to feel loved, appreciated, and pampered. Beauty to the Bone has a mission and a purpose to help you look and feel beautiful inside and out. From facials to Botox, fillers, lasers, IV therapy, functional medicine, and all in between, we've got you covered. Book your appointment today to feel your very best tomorrow.
Book your appointment today. Call 731-300-9103. That's 731-300-9103.
My name's Tommy Bland, and I just received the BioT hormone replacement therapy. For BioT, I was just not hitting on all cylinders. I didn't feel like myself. I was constantly fatigued, brain fog, lack of energy, searching for something natural, something that I could use to help benefit my body and help maybe take me back to where I once was. And while I was waiting in the waiting room, I saw a pop-up advertisement there, and I started reading over all the symptoms. And I went down the list. They all pertain to me. My experience with Miss Kim Nichols, my case manager for BioT, was great. She was very informative, put me at ease, went through everything step by step, knew exactly what to expect and what the outcome was going to be in the end. After BioT, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I can get off work, go home, catch my second wind, and I'm off to the races again. It doesn't matter if I'm working, selling cars, or if I'm on the boat fishing a tournament, I'm back to my old self again.
731 Jean Langley Ford in Humboldt. And right now, our price is your price. Our price is your price. Our price is your price. And remember, March is Ford Truck Month. What's better than 20% over invoice, or 15% over invoice, or 10% over invoice? How about 0% over invoice? It's happening now at Jean Langley Ford. Our price is your price. That's right. Our price is your price.
If you're in business, you know just how important each call is. You don't have time for phone or internet downtime. Your business needs a reliable communications partner 24/7. You need Lifeline Voice and Data. Lifeline Voice and Data provides telephone service to emergency service facilities all over West Tennessee and beyond. For your business, we don't just provide a phone line. We provide a lifeline. Lifeline Voice and Data.
9 a.m. weekdays on The Dan Reeves Show. The Range presents Rapid Fire. Answer the question. One sentence only. Brought to you The Range.
Go to therange.com.
Hi, this is Sarah Beth Langley at Jean Langley Ford. When it's time to buy a new vehicle, it's important to deal with someone you can trust. At Jean Langley Ford, we're truly a small-town family business and have been for over 40 years. With low overhead, we give you as much or more than anyone else for your trade. Great deals on F-150s, Explorers, Escapes, plus Broncos, Rangers, and the new Mustang Mach-E. With easy financing, no one is turned away. A free lifetime warranty and an award-winning service department. You really should try Jean Langley Ford before you buy. The dealership service built. Hi, this is Sarah Beth Langley at Jean Langley Ford in Humboldt. And right now, our price is your price. Our price is your price. Our price is your price. And remember, March is Ford Truck Month. What's better than 20% over invoice, or 15% over invoice, or 10% over invoice? How about 0% over invoice? It's happening now at Jean Langley Ford. Our price is your price. That's right. Our price is your price.
If you're in business, you know just how important each call is. You don't have time for phone or internet downtime. Your business needs a reliable communications partner 24/7. You need Lifeline Voice and Data. Lifeline Voice and Data provides telephone service to emergency service facilities all over West Tennessee and beyond. For your business, we don't just provide a phone line. We provide a lifeline. Lifeline Voice and Data.
9 a.m. weekdays on The Dan Reeves Show. The Range presents Rapid Fire. Answer the question. One sentence only. Brought to you by The Range.
Go to therange.com.
Hi, this is Natalie.
Get a little bit on the weather so you'll know how to proceed with the rest of your afternoon into the evening, the overnight hours. And as you wake in the morning, you'll know what to wear. Here's Larry Newman. Weather update presented by Dustin Ring. Dustin buys houses fast for cash. Dustin buys land and trailers fast for cash. DustinBuys.com. Mr. Larry Newman, ladies and gentlemen.
Currently in Jackson, it is 88 degrees. Feels like 93. The barometric pressure in Bemis is 30.06. So that's good for Bemis, since they're having that big Bemis, what was it called? The Bemis Heritage Day. That's it.
Yeah, that's Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, today's Monday,
but
it's
that's
not going to
be
hold
in
steady.
Bemis.
Yeah, we do know that, as hence the name, Bemis Heritage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight, 68, 40% chance of storms. Tomorrow, 81 for the high. On Tuesday, 30% chance of rain. And Tuesday night, 61 and mostly cloudy. On Wednesday, 78, mostly sunny. And Wednesday night, it is good. 58 and mostly clear Wednesday.
Sounds good. Thank you, Larry Newman. By the way, Philadelphia Eagles have the NFL's toughest schedule for 2023. Well, the Titans, we don't even know if they're in Nashville. We'll tell you, we'll fill you in with the details. Right now, we got two full calls standing by. You can join us. Phone number 731-265-6496. 731-265-6496 to join us on this program. You're live with us here on News Talk 96.5. You're on the air with us. Go.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening to you, sir.
All right, Larry, another shooting today in New Mexico. 3 killed, 2 police officers shot.
Lordy.
All we need is more guns. Hey, the rest of the world is just befuddled about our Second Amendment. I mean, hey, like the Onion headline again. This only happens in the country that says, I lost my train of thought. Something else popped up on my news feed here.
What did it have to do with your train of thought? Your teleprompter.
I started reading it.
Yeah. I got you, but I mean, there's a lot of distraction these days, no doubt.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, we do it live. Yes.
Yeah, this is live. What can you expect?
That's right.
Okay, that's not another shooting. Okay, but anyway, more shootings, and it only happens in the country that says they can't do nothing about it.
Well,
you see what they did in Serbia by, y'all see that? That's what was distracting me, the Serbia deal. I didn't even know about it.
What deal?
They had a kid shoot 6 or 7 people in the country of Serbia.
Yeah.
You see what they did?
No, what they do?
Go look it up, Larry.
What? Just tell us.
All the people came in and just started throwing their guns. Look, and then you've asked about rocket launchers and all that. These people started turning them in. I'm going to try to verify that, but they started just turning in their guns, everything after the shooting.
It's better to verify it before you say it on the air.
Oh, no, I heard on the news. I didn't know the specifics.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
It's definitely in the news. Watch you. I'm feeding to pop it in there right now.
Well, it's...
it's definitely in the news. I just didn't know. I didn't know if it was 2 shootings. I thought it had just been one. I don't know if they're counting the one that happened 10 years ago or not. But I'm gonna put Serbia shooting response. Unless Larry can get it.
Well, yeah,
than me.
we'll get it. But what else you got?
What else you want to know about?
Well, you called us. I thought you have something.
Well,
on
I
your
was
mind.
telling you, I was talking about the shootings.
Yeah, it's
Tens of thousands of protesters to cry Serbian government's response to mass shootings.
Yeah, I
tens
got
of
you.
thousands.
That's not going to move the needle in America. That's
what's this obsession with this idiotic, wrongly?
It's marketing. It wasn't like this in America, and you can remember those days. And you can track it, I guess, in the 70s and 80s and the 90s, and then bam, but it caught fire, and it caught fire because of gun manufacturers manufacturing. There was I'll pull it up. I've got it in my file under G for guns. There was a gun that they spent a lot of money making. It wasn't that popular, and they started what turned out to be a tremendously successful marketing campaign, could be considered propaganda, that scaring the snot out of Americans, and they sold the fire out of those firearms. It's creating, and for the life of me, I don't quite understand. In a capitalistic society like ours, it seems to me that the government gives one specific manufacturer of a specific product a lot of help, and I don't quite understand what do you think this is all about? Because if you sit down logically and thought about it, and this is not criticizing anybody because I carry, if you thought about it, and if we were hanging by the thread of we've got to have these guns or our government's going to turn on us, folks, here's some news for you. They're already turned on us. It's been 40.
Hey, Dan,
just a minute. Let me finish this thought, please. It's been 40 to 50 years ago. You're about 40 or 50 years late to the party. And having all these guns, it don't help a bit. What would help is being informed as they take our country away from us. It would help a lot if we were informed. They're never going to take away our freedom by pointing a gun at us. That's never going to happen. So they've got you distracted. They've got us distracted with guns, and look at the amount of guns in our country now.
Yeah, more guns
so
and cars,
they've got us distracted while they pull this off. It's the greatest heist in the history of mankind, and that's stealing America away from the people and dividing the people right down the middle, forcing people to make a choice. You're on our side or you're not? Which side are you on? You got both parties play the victim, but the National Conservative Party are professionals at playing the victim. So, same thing with the woke. The far left is as dangerous as the far right. Both of those entities are extremely dangerous.
How's the far left as dangerous as the far right, in your opinion?
Well, that's far left is communism. The far right is fascism. I think both of those have been proven to be dangerous.
Yeah, but we're not going to have socialism here or communism in the United States.
Well, wait a minute. We have socialism here in the United States to benefit the corporations and a little bit for the people. We've had it since the New Deal. Is how we built the middle class. We have
a mixed economy, they call it, to be factual.
That's the way the New Deal that put that in place, but
I think,
but they've changed Americans' mind about they've erased history and rewritten it.
Well, I think Einstein's quote that 3 great forces rule the world: stupidity, fear, and greed. I think that covers our Second Amendment. And to say that all the people are split in half, really they're not, Dan. As I sent this to you, Fox News poll, background checks for gun, 87%. Enforce existing gun laws. 81% of people legal age 21 to buy guns. 81%.
That's just a minute. That's not what I meant at all. You boiled it down to one specific subject. We are split in half as a country, and you know that. Now, you're right, and this will let you know, this should alert you beyond any amount of there should be nothing to distract you from this fact by just not only with those stats that you just read out, I-Man, but the majority of American people want health care reform. The majority of American people would like to have some form of single payer for health care. It's the number one reason for preventable deaths, and it's the number one reason that Americans file bankruptcy, and that's medical bills. You also have the majority of Americans wanting something done about this failing infrastructure of ours. And in a representative republic, you would get that done. We don't have that anymore, and I think it's time we stop pretending. As long as we continue to pretend, we're playing pretend. And look at the amount of debt, consumer debt, personal debt in America today. It's staggering, but we just are unwilling to face our problems head on. When you don't do that, those problems continue to fester and grow, and pretty soon they're going to be too big to overcome.
Hey, who is holding up all this legislation?
The legislators, of course.
Mainly Republicans. Who votes for the Second Amendment? Repubs. And also, you know what I found out? 3% of gun owners own over half of the United States guns. We own more guns than cars, but 3% of gun owners. Then I found out not even quite 40% of Americans even own guns, and when they do the survey, they even let people, let's say there's 6 people living in a home, only one person owns the gun. Those 6 are credited with that gun also. I didn't know that till I researched a little bit. Okay, hey, Dan, but back to this Serbia deal, this is what I was trying to get at when I said I didn't know the details. They did have 2 shootings in 2 days. And see, I wasn't aware of that, but they had 2 shootings. Anyway, so now, hey, the public is not going for it. They're turning their guns in and their rocket launchers. How about that? In 2 days, almost 1,400 fellow citizens donated blood, which is really a great response, he said. I mean, this is insane what we do. And they've only had 2 shootings like that.
Yeah, but again, nobody, you're not going to move anybody's needle. We're talking about Serbia. You know that. But
that's all right. I don't know if you telling the facts.
I don't know if you. Yeah, I got it. Now, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Have you seen this? He's pitching himself as a winner as he gears up to run for president. And he's urging the GOP to reject a, quote, culture of losing, close quote. And he was asked today if he acknowledges former President Donald Trump lost the 2020 election and there was not widespread voter fraud. And DeSantis dodged that question. I want you to think about that for a moment. Just a minute. In the United States of America, this is being said here. Quotes, when I look at the last however many election cycles, 2018, we lost the House. We lost the Senate in 2020. Biden becomes president and has done a huge amount of damage. And so I think the party has developed a culture of losing. I think there's not accountability, close quotes. And DeSantis said, and adding that President Joe Biden was, quote, very unpopular in 2022, and we were supposed to have this big red wave, and other than Florida and Iowa, I didn't see a red wave across the country, close quote, Ron DeSantis. America essentially is an agreement between the people that we're going to that we all are in this together, and that we will work together. And since we have almost everything in common across the board, that is the middle class on down, and even but the upper class, the people that have nothing in common with us at all these days, is the wealthiest of the wealthy that have bought the governments. The corporations have nothing in common with the working man, and essentially, by virtue of their actions, don't give a damn. They're only accountable to stockholders, and stockholders only want to see that stock go up in value, not what's the best for the public at large, the American people. They have no allegiance, no responsibility, nothing, yet they write legislation. The corporations are people too. It's the damnedest thing I've ever heard in my life. And that lets you know at that moment the Supreme Court was bought and paid for when they said that. Because when you say corporations are people too, they are only, again, liable and held accountable by their stockholders who only want to see the stock value rise. They have no concern about what's best for the majority of the American people. And that's who's running this country. It's not a secret. We just don't... Many of us just don't want to believe it. Hey, we better wake up or move.
I tell you what, the Republicans wouldn't hardly win any of these national elections except for the Electoral College. You realize the Democrats received over 10 million more votes.
Yeah, but you need to you need to watch both parties.
Gerrymandering. I think I have a hold on. I think I'm pretty accurate and factual on what I know about this stuff. What
did I say? It was not factual. I just said you need to watch. But you just say you did nothing to address what I said to you, other than to run in a different direction and say keep an eye on both parties.
Yeah, keep an eye on both parties. But who gave us tax cuts for the millionaires and billionaires and corporations?
Now, look, you can play that game if you want to. I know the answer to that.
Okay, the Republicans. Who gave us Citizens United?
I don't have time to go through this. I mean, I really don't.
Well,
that does nothing. Nothing does that do to the comment I made. Nothing at all. That doesn't change.
Your comment, you're making a false equivalent. In my opinion.
No, you're regurgitating things that you've heard. What I'm saying, here's what I'm telling you, is that yes, that's all I said to you. And you, why on earth would you go on the defensive with that?
I'm not. I was just stating facts again. Who gives us tax cuts? Citizens United.
Okay.
Who gives us Second Amendment? Republicans.
At what point did I argue any of that with you?
Well, I'm just telling you.
Okay, let's get away from that. Let's get away from that because you missed the point entirely.
Okay, straighten it out.
No, I'm not going to address it any longer because I've already tried to with you, and we're back to the same place we started. Now, everything you said there was accurate.
You're holding an empty sack, though.
I'm not holding anything. And my sack's not empty. I'm not trying to pitch anything. I'm not trying to pitch anything to you. That's the point.
Well, I'm trying to pitch it to you. That's my point.
What are you trying to pitch?
It's the Republicans are the problem. And listen, and I don't hear any of these Democrats. Where are Democrats in Madison County?
Let me ask you something.
Tennessee?
Did the Republicans alone pass NAFTA? Yes or no?
Did what now?
NAFTA. Did the Republicans do that by themselves? No.
Hold it.
No.
That's muddy in the water, sir.
Muddy in the water? Are you out of your mind? That opened the gate for all these corporations to exit the building.
NAFTA.
Did it not?
Okay, that's a wash. NAFTA, wash.
Yeah,
okay.
That's exactly what I said. You better watch both parties. And then you press me, and I just hit you right in the face with the biggest one of all.
No, are you equating the two parties as all answer, yes or no?
I think my quote to you was, keep an eye on both parties. How you've read into it all that you have is your problem, not mine.
Okay, hold it. You said you know the answer to those questions. Tax cuts.
I'm not going through this again.
Citizens United.
Okay. Hey, look, I don't know why you think you're going to run over that again with me. Of course, it was the Republicans. Yes, I do know that. Do you listen to this program? I pointed it out numerous times.
Why would the middle class vote Republican? Answer that. Or Larry, anybody. Anybody listening, call up. Why would a middle class American
you know the answer to that. It's called propaganda. That's how you get people to vote against their own interest. But on the other part of that, you just said that and quoted a Republican poll that polled Republicans in this country what they wanted, and they ain't getting what they want from their representatives.
Because of what?
I just told you.
the Republican legislation and the laws they passed.
I just said that, dude.
Okay, so we're agreeing.
Yeah, you just have a hard time picking up on it sometimes.
But that ain't what you said. You said watch both parties. It's not a fault.
Okay, let's try this one next. You're live with us here on News Talk 96.5. Go.
I thought I'd call in and save the show.
But I-Man I-Man, are you still there? You still there, I-Man?
Yeah, I said.
Okay, all right.
Is that your response?
Yeah. Look, I'm done. Here. Bull's on the line with us. Bull, you go right ahead.
One thing is very evident now. Me and the Morant guy that's from Memphis with the guns, he and I have got something very, very, very in common. You know what that is?
You live in the South.
Both of us aren't allowed within a mile of the Grizzlies.
Of the Grizzlies?
John Morant. Yeah.
Oh, John Morant. You know, I'm glad you brought that up. John Morant's been suspended again by the Memphis Grizzlies for another TikTok video in which apparently he was holding a gun. Now, I'm glad you two are here. I want to get you. I want you to comment on this in a culture in which is, I think it would be fair to say, very gun friendly in America. This is the second time in the last few months that John Morant has been suspended, and people are outraged that he's flashing a gun. Now, but he has no criminal record whatsoever. And I'm not saying that it's a very smart thing to do if you're John Morant, but this doesn't seem to be, again, in a nation that loves guns, but apparently don't love John Morant to have a gun. What am I missing here, Bull? Start with you.
Well, we got a country that's not fair. If one of those girls that plays beach volleyball, which is just an eye candy show, because who cares about the game as long as we see them in bikinis. If one of them was riding around sporting a gun and flashing it like he was, it would probably make people watch women's beach volleyball even more. What do you say, yay or nay?
Yeah, well, it probably would. I mean, there are calendars that are put out with
naked women holding
guns. Remember, what's his name? What was the guy's name? Went down with the Nixon administration, then ended up hosting a national talk show. G. Gordon Liddy. He used to do a calendar. What was it called? Babes or guns and boobs or something like that. But I mean, I-Man, is there a double standard here? I mean, John Morant doesn't have a criminal record.
Always is. Always has been. But John Morant, I mean, to me, I know he is young, lives in a gun culture, a black guy. It's just total stupidity, all these damn guns. I mean, we're nuts. I mean, again, why are we the only nation that has this problem? The only one. Not even third world countries even have the shootings we have. Mexico comes in second with school shootings with 8. We've had 288 in that same time period. 288. Number 2 is Mexico with 8. Serbia just had 2 shootings back to back.
Yeah, that's enough on Serbia for crying out loud. But this, we just got this on the Advanced Rehab and Medical text line. Says the NBA has a code of conduct policy. That's the problem. He violated it, and that's true. They do have a code of conduct policy, but
I see what you're asking.
But this wasn't about is the NBA right for suspending him, because there are rules, and just like with free speech, if you work for someone, they've got rules, and if you violate those rules, well, that has nothing to do with freedom of speech. You can say it and you're not going to go to jail. John Morant's not going to go to jail for flashing that gun if he's not committing a crime, and which he hasn't. But the NBA still has suspended him once again, the second time within a calendar year he's been suspended for doing a video, but he was flashing a gun. What I was addressing was the public blowback, the sentiment. Is John Morant is a thug, type of thing. Is what I'm picking up on this. I mean, are you picking up on that?
I'm picking up
I
on that.
understand you exactly.
Yeah.
Wait,
I know
the
exactly
way I
what
see
you're
it,
saying.
like
I
when
think you're right.
two men get in a fight, it's called a brawl. It's called something terrible and awful. But if two women get in a fight, it's called a cat fight.
Well, you got it. Never mind. I better not say that. And fellas, thank you. Man, thank you, big guy. And
All
Bull,
right,
thank
talk to
you.
y'all.
Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you for calling. Hey, and as we wrap things up on a Monday, BioTE. Testosterone replacement, all testosterone replacement is not the same. I promise you that. This is the miracle of, in my opinion, of science and nature coming together and producing amazing results. I'm 50 plus years old, and I've got energy and muscle strength strong like Bull. Greater ability to lose weight, increased mental clarity. I feel younger, I feel happier. It's just an overall increase of quality of life. My testosterone is at 1,200. That's where I was at when I was 23.
What was it?
1,200.
Oh, okay.
For the life of me, a testimonial about my testosterone, to share that information is considered by you to be self-glossing.
Sounds like you're bragging, but that's okay.
It would to a
You're
comment.
bragging on BioTE.
Exactly. And with that, Larry, these testosterone pellets can build up to 8.3% bone mass per year. That's pretty nice.
That's nice.
It's a nice bonus. I tell you that right now. I love it. And it takes about 10 minutes, Larry, for the procedure. Tiny pellets placed just under the skin that release bioidentical testosterone and estrogen. Ladies, we're talking to you as well. Gina's got BioTE. She's loving it, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
If it can do this for me and Gina, then why can't it do it for you? If it can do it for one, it can do it for the other. 731-503-8254. 731-503-8254. And ask if BioTE is right for thee. Dr. Shannon Bone, Advanced Rehab and Medical. 731-503-8254. No kidding, man. Flat belly, lot of energy, thanks to BioTE. Check on it today. If you feel sluggish, if you don't have that energy, don't have the same muscle strength, don't have that same ability to lose weight, if your mental clarity, if you're a little foggy, you just don't feel as happy as you used to, the overall quality of life. If you've lost that a step in the bedroom, for example, you don't want to lose a step in a bedroom, call 731-503-8254 and ask if BioTE is right for thee. Well, Larry, it's always great to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
We got a big week, don't we? It's with sports.
Yeah.
And the G unit will be with me tomorrow out at to call the game, the middle school baseball championship game for the West Tennessee Healthcare Sportsplex. We are super excited to bring you that game, aren't we?
We are.
Also, I want to thank some people like Watson's Cleaning Service for all that they do. They specialize in commercial cleaning. For example, that big, beautiful building set at the bypass and airways, the UT Ag Experiment Station. They got another big contract. I forgot what it is. But it's commercial cleaning at its best. Family-owned and operated Watson's Cleaning Service. Stripping and waxing floors, buffing, cleaning offices, pulling trash, sweeping and mopping and vacuuming and household cleaning and baseboards and wiping down walls and washing dishes, dusting and organizing. It's all the work that Americans don't want to do. And when I say Americans, I mean me and Larry. We don't want to do that. Call today, 731-293-3808, 731-293-3808 for Watson's Cleaning Service, 731-293-3808, Watson's Cleaning Service. Larry, any parting shots?
No, I'm wondering if G Unit's going to bring your smoking hot girlfriend to the game tomorrow.
You know, I think he is going to do that. Yeah. I think I heard him say that. Smoking hot girlfriend. Have you met her?
Yeah, I've seen her.
She's a great girl, I'll tell you that. Seeing her systematically dismantled is not. I'm kidding. They're a great couple. Please send us your PSAs, your community events, your church functions, etc. to community events at newstalk965.com, community events at newstalk965.com, community events at newstalk965.com, and we'll get them out of the air for you. We'd be glad to, wouldn't we, Larry? It's what we do.
We would be honored.
We'd be honored to do so. And also, want a big thank you to The Range Indoor Shooting Range. It's Jackson's only indoor shooting range. If you mentioned News Talk 96.5, mention Chuck Walker, mention this program, mention that, and you get a free safety course. It's about a $45 value. The website is gototherange.com, gototherange.com. They sell guns on consignment. So if you need to sell a gun, great place to do it. Put it on consignment at The Range. Again, Jackson's only indoor shooting range. And they've got the Range store with Black Rifle Coffee and all the new gear, the cutting-edge gear when it comes to gear for your gun, for your rifle, for all the above. And get that gun cleaned and take care of it. They do that at The Range as well. The Range Indoor Shooting Range. But wait, there's more. Great place to shop for Father's Day in the Range store. And also date night for two. Dad would love that, wouldn't he, Lair?
Yay.
Get a lane for two targets, 100 rounds of 9mm ammo, and a gift card for dinner. Jeez. Texas Roadhouse. That's right.
As Gina would say, it's sexy.
What's that?
The date night.
Her and John did it. They loved it.
Yeah, they love it.
The only indoor shooting range and training facility in Jackson. The Range. The website, gototherange.com, 2310 North Highland in Jackson. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sundays, 1 till 6. Gototherange.com. Let's go to Mulligan's, have dinner. What do you say? The White Russian. Larry, thank you, big guy.
All right.
All right, let's
see you tomorrow.
Mulligansjackson.com, mulligansjackson.com. Thank you, Larry. See you tomorrow, big guy.
All right.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. And just stay fresh.
This is WBFG 96.5 FM. Parker's Crossroads, Jackson.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters reporting.